Oh, there's
Oh
Nick.
my gracious! Woo!
What up, Nick?
Surprise, baby. What's up, man?
What's up, Nick?
Um, George, welcome. I'm really happy that you're doing this right now. But I wanted just to come up and say good luck with the show. I'm going to be on halftime,
Yeah,
talking about summarizing and possibly roasting Hal and everything that he said
we're
today.
on live, right?
Oh yeah, that's why I'm saying
Okay.
this. Anything goes when live. I'm ready
Yeah.
to go live. I'm alive and ready to go live anytime. You know this. Yes. So what I was gonna do is halftime because from what I heard, a lot of people wanted to know who's gonna be on it. It will be me and Evan. Evan will be doing the NFL scores, and I will be roasting Hal and talking about his, pretty much whatever he said. So I just want to, just bring you up to speed with that. But I'm probably going to drop off and come back later or towards the end for a little backup commentary. So I just want to
All
be
right.
on to cheer you on, my friend.
Got you.
All right.
Yeah.
When does the game start?
8:15. So we got a few minutes.
Oh wow, we got 10 minutes. Okay, so how's your day?
Going good, Nick. How's the life of the chef?
Yeah, just easy, simple. Waking up in the darkness and then going home in the darkness. Being in the darkness all the time. But yeah, no, it's the busy season right now. So it has been since September, but right after once December 1st comes around, that's where I'm going to be working every day nonstop. So like I mentioned yesterday, so straight through New Year's. So it's no joke in this business. So especially in New York, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you know how it is.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how it is. I'm not a chef.
Nah, that's true. Yeah. How's the So are you besides like tonight? Like, have you been doing the football shows like
No.
at the school itself? You haven't. Oh,
At
okay.
what?
At the school? At your
Oh,
school?
our season's over.
When did it end?
When did it end? First week of November,
Oh
maybe.
wow. Okay.
So we've been done for a little bit.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah, that was good. It's always a fun time. Now we just got basketball, hockey coming up.
That's right.
Hockey starts the 1st. Basketball, I'll have to double check on that when basketball's starting up. But that's fun. I'm not
Yeah.
one for the cold, so being in a
Yes.
nice basketball gym, even though hockey rinks suck. Hockey
Mhm.
rinks are like 40 degrees. And
Wow.
hockey's just a lot to call. Hockey's the hardest one, but you do it, you grind it out. But yeah, basketball's fun though. I'm excited for basketball.
Yeah.
That's gonna be sick.
Awesome. How was the basketball team?
Very good at my
Yeah.
school. It's
Good.
gonna be a great year for us. So that's why I'm really excited to work with.
Awesome. Okay. Very good.
Up and then number
Oh,
3.
hey guys, I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry. I just wanted to make a couple of notes here. At 8:45, Jabber in the Mouth is going to have a very close friend of mine, Howie Carpin.
Oh,
Will be on his show at 8:45.
cool.
So just letting everybody know. So if you want some good, baseball and whatever, just wanted to get that out for Nitin and his team. Keep listening, everyone, and watching, because there's going to be some really, really good holiday content coming up here
Yes.
with myself and Nick, and we're really, really looking forward to it. We have some pretty big stars that are going to be coming on.
Mhm.
I think you're all going to enjoy it. So, and George, if you have any cooking ideas, you are more than welcome to come on. Maybe you can do a taste test.
Teach me.
I would love to do a taste test.
Yeah, there you go.
Let me eat the food.
But it's gonna be pretty cool. And so George, you knocked it out of the park yesterday. Thank you.
Yes.
The numbers
Yeah, man.
were really, really good. And thanks for wanting to do this again tonight. I know that you're free, which is great. And we definitely, as you know, we have a few things planned with you, so we're good. But I just wanted to come up, make sure everybody press the like button for these guys, please. This is now's the time. You
Yep.
want to hear ball games, you want basketball, hockey, football, wrestling, whatever you want. Please, you don't realize how not only to subscribe to NY Yankee Mania, but press the like button. You don't realize how much that is important. So I just wanted to let everybody know, and have a great game, George. Again, very, very impressive.
Thank you.
You're well ahead of your time, my boy.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right. Well, you guys enjoy, and possibly at the end of after the football game, we could stay. You guys could stay on for a little bit, and we'll turn it into Yankee Mania again.
Yeah, let's do
All right,
it,
guys. So hang in there and have a good show. And Nick, when you're ready to come down, just let me know.
Yeah. So I just wanted to say before I do come down, yes, absolutely. Support George tonight. George is knocking it out of the park. He's swinging for the fences, and he is living up to his name, my friends. So let's support, let's love and share NY Yankee Mania. Let's support George tonight. He's always doing a great job. Join the movement. This is what we are. This is what we're doing. Join the movement. We are savages in the chat, baby. Let's do this. Savages in the community. Let's rock and roll.
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right, George. And then there was one soon. Nick, thank you so much. I know how busy you are and everything. That you always find a little time for us, and I just can't tell you how much that means to us.
Of course. No, of course. I'll see you guys.
And George, the same thing with you, buddy. You've knocked it out of the park. I know your time is limited, but as your time grows, you're going to grow with us, and I feel honored that you're doing content with us.
Absolutely,
I really am, and I can't thank you enough.
Absolutely, love it.
All right, guys, I'm going down there, and see you later. And we'll talk to you later. Have a great show.
All righty, thank you.
Care.
Well, I got to drop down to you, Joe.
Yeah.
Well, good luck, George. No, thank you.
All righty. Let's dive into it, guys. I know just judging by the chat, it seems Travis thinks the 49ers are going to take this one. We're out here in San Francisco, Levi Stadium, just about set to go. Two teams hoping to keep their playoff dreams alive. The Panthers have gone on a roll here a little bit. Obviously, with the Bucs starting to fall off a cliff, they took a big loss last night to the Rams. I mean, come on. With the Bucs taking the L to the Rams, I mean, the Panthers, let me bring up the NFC South standings, actually, just to see. So, yeah, they're tied, actually, right now. The Panthers and the Bucs are tied. So, if the Panthers win tonight, they would be in first place of the NFC South. Victor, the game's 45 minutes from your house. Oof, I wish I was out there in sunny California right now. Even though it's San Fran sunny right now, Victor. They're experiencing some good weather right now. San Fran, I know they're a little more north. I've been to San Diego. That's like always warm. But I know San Fran. Does San Fran get cold, Victor? You let me know in the chat. What's up, everyone? What's up, T-Road? Man, but I didn't see this coming, man. The Panthers one game away from taking the South. Like, come on. And I'm just going to take a glance at the NFC West standings. Obviously, the Rams. So the 49ers, I mean, they could be tied with the Seahawks going into this. So let me actually take a peek at the wild card standings. NFC wild card standings. Bear with me. But a Panthers win would give them first place. Let me just see what a 49ers win. So this would tie them up for second place in the NFC West, tie them up with the Rams, with the Seahawks, and this would actually give them a playoff spot. They already have the 7 seed, but they would go to the 5 seed, or they would be tied for the 5 seed. But I'm honestly rooting Carolina, to be honest with you guys. I'm just a big fan of them. Yeah, Chef Nick's coming on at halftime. Talk some Yankees. I think we're going to talk some Yankees after the game, too. Have a nice little round table. But I'm rooting Carolina in this one. I like the Panthers. A little bit of an underdog situation going. I mean, no one thought that Carolina would be right now, a few more weeks. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be beautiful soon, Victor. I wish I was there. Out here in New Jersey, it is cold, but like I was saying about Carolina, man, they kind of came out of nowhere. Everyone was expecting them to be trash yet again, but Bryce Young really starting to heat up. Tedero and McMillan, the rookie wide receiver, really doing great. They have that great duo backfield of Rico Dowdle and Chuba Hubbard. So, just a really good offense, and the defense hasn't looked terrible for the Panthers. So honestly, they could sneak themselves into the playoff picture. So I'm really excited to see. This is a good test, like Nathan said, for Bryce Young. This is a real legit defense, you know? So this was obviously the first overall pick. Nathan says 27-20 49ers. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. But this is Bryce Young. This was a first round pick. Panthers got, here's the thing, Big Mama, though. Here's the thing. Baker, no, it is a sprain, Baker's shoulder. Nothing's torn, nothing's fractured. But if he does miss a little bit of time, I don't know. The Bucks kind of haven't been impressing me of late. What's up, Michael? Glad to see you. The Bucks haven't been impressing me. You know, they just haven't. So the Bucks, they face Arizona, the Saints, the Falcons, the Panthers, the Dolphins, then the Panthers again. And let me take a peek at what the Panthers got going on for them. Ooh, they do have a tougher schedule, even though they go San Fran, the Rams, then they go on their bye, then they go to New Orleans, Tampa, Seattle, and then Tampa again. But all set to go here in San Francisco as the Panthers punt it over, taking a return, or the Niners as they bring it about to the 29-yard line. That's where they're going to set up shop. Out comes Brock Purdy, former Mr. Irrelevant. Panthers sitting at 6-5. The Niners sitting at 7-4. Purdy having a little bit of an injury-riddled season. When he has been on the field, he has been a really good QB. 49ers, the past couple years, have just been an injury-riddled team in general. Purdy, under center, calls an audible. McCaffrey lined up a few yards behind him. George Kittle in motion. They're going to hand it off to McCaffrey, who gets some blocks and gets about 3 or 4 yards on that one. I would watch regular ESPN opposed to the Manning cast. That's just me, though. 49ers, one of the teams that take big use of their fullback, Kyle Juszczyk. Lots of other teams, it's hard to find a fullback nowadays. It's 2nd and 7 here at the Niners' own 31. Pearsall in motion. Purdy drops back into the pocket. Flips it over to McCaffrey behind the line. Great tackle right there, bringing him down for a loss. Great job right there by the Carolina defense, forcing a 3rd and 10. It's a loss of 3 on the screen pass to McCaffrey. See, this is what that Carolina defense is going to have to. They're going to have to make some plays, and that was just a great tackle, stopping the amazing Christian McCaffrey. 3rd and 10 now for Brock Purdy. Ricky Pearsall in motion, lines up to Purdy's left. He's got trips, drops back into the pocket, throws it over for CMC. McCaffrey reaches it over the first down marker. Is he short? No, he is not. That is a first down, 49ers. Christian McCaffrey moves the chains. Very good effort right there by number 23, one of the best running backs in football. Was just able to sneak that ball over the marker. And that gives Brock Purdy a fresh set of downs. First and 10 for the Niners. Pearsall in motion yet again. Purdy hands it off to McCaffrey. McCaffrey gets maybe 3 yards on that carry. 2nd and 7. Purdy, he's in the shotgun. He's got McCaffrey over to his right. Kittle in motion this time. Purdy takes the snap, drops back, throws it over, finds Christian McCaffrey, who's brought down for a few more yards. 3rd down for the Niners. 3rd and 3. Carolina looking to stall out this opening drive. Brock Purdy, though, looking for another first down. Let's see what Kyle Shanahan has drafted up right here for his 49ers. San Francisco in their reds, Carolina in their whites. Juwan Jennings lines up over to the right. Purdy drops back, throws over, finds a man open. It's Ricky Pearsall for the first down. The Florida Gator moves the chains. Ricky Pearsall, the second-year wide receiver. He's had an up and down season. He's just really trying to find volume with those targets. See if he can get going, though, today in this one. And I mean, what a story it's been for Ricky Pearsall. He was shot just before his rookie season, August 31st. He was shot in the chest. He came back, though, mid-season, had a pretty good rookie year. Now he's in his second year, of course. Purdy scrambling deep in the pocket, flips it over, looking for Jennings, but can't connect. 2nd and 10. And you talk about Pearsall and his story. Another great story is Brock Purdy, his quarterback. Coming out of Iowa State, Brock Purdy was the very last draft pick in the NFL draft. No one thought he was going to be anything, but injuries piled up, and sooner or later, Brock Purdy got the ball in his hands, and he never put it down. He has commanded that starting QB job. Hands it off to his running back. Gets some blocks going forward. Good gain right there of about 7. It's Brian Robinson Jr., former Washington Commander. 3rd and 3. Purdy and the Niners looking for another first down. Yeah, it is T-Road. And actually, Brian Robinson Jr., the guy who just made that carry, was also shot and came back. 3rd and 3. Handoff to McCaffrey. McCaffrey's got the first down and then some. 49ers slowly but surely making their way down the field. McCaffrey averaging 4 yards. 24 yards total on 6 carries. 9:50 and ticking on the clock. Purdy in the shotgun. Kittle in motion. Ball almost at the 40. Purdy drops back into the pocket. Throws it over. Finds his tight end for a gain of a few. 2nd and 7 now. Working his way into Carolina territory, trying to find the red zone, and then hopefully for him eventually the end zone. T-Road, who you got in this game? Oh, yeah, you got 40. So T-Road's got the 49ers. So does Travis. Anyone else got the Panthers or 49ers? Drop that in the comments. 2nd and 7. Purdy's under center. Jennings in motion. Purdy flips it over to McCaffrey. McCaffrey gets the first down. A gain of about 8 moves the chains forward some more. 49ers taking a lot of time off the clock with this opening drive. Lots of running, lots of short passes, and it's been working. It has indeed. Great job right there by the San Francisco O-line, opening that big hole up the middle for McCaffrey to come through. He's up to 32 yards on this one. Fresh set of downs here for the 49ers. Another screen pass to McCaffrey. Juszczyk blocks for him. McCaffrey gets a few more yards on that play. Christian McCaffrey playing his former team. He was once part of the Carolina Panthers. That's where he started his career coming out of Stanford. Second and 2 now. Purdy in the shotgun. Gives it over to Robinson. Robinson fighting for it. Robinson gets the first down. Brings it to the Carolina 14-yard line. San Fran is in the red zone now with the fresh set of downs. You think, T-Road, they score here on this drive? Only 14 yards separates Brock Purdy from the end zone. Purdy under center. Handoff again to McCaffrey. McCaffrey gets tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing on that carry. Second and 10 as McCaffrey went down at the line. Niners also in their iconic gold helmets. Purdy drops back into the pocket, throws over the middle for the first down, and Jawan Jennings muscles it into the end zone. He was short by about 3 yards, but took it all the way and dragged a Carolina defender in there with him. It's a 12-yard reception, and the 49ers jump ahead by 6. For everyone who said the 49ers are going to win one, you're off to a good start there in the chat. Very good drive by Brock Purdy and the Niners. Purdy didn't really make any big throws right there, besides, of course, the touchdown. This was all CMC taking them down the field. Extra point attempt, the snap, the hold, the kick, and she is good. San Francisco leads by 7. A little bit of Monday Night Football action coming to you here on NY Yankee Mania. Jawan Jennings cashes in for 6. Sean says 49ers by 1 score. I think that's also what Nathan had. That took a lot of time off the clock. And I mean a lot of time. Left in the first quarter, there's only 6 minutes, 17 seconds. Damn. Very long drive. How's everyone doing tonight? Everyone doing good? Y'all got questions about the game? You guys got questions about the Yankees? Of course, that's my expertise. We also have Chef Nick coming on at halftime, doing a rundown of what House Steinbrenner said in his Zoom meeting, the infamous Zoom call. Nick's got insights on that, and he will be breaking down, so look forward to that. And I think the plan is to, after this game, to go on for a little bit. You have your crew on, including myself, talking some Yankees. But right now, we got a little bit of Monday Night Football action. Happy to bring that to you guys, so let me know. Let me know in the comments what y'all got. Mr. Cinderella Man, there you go, Sean. There you go. see if Bryce Young and his Panthers could respond here on this drive. You know, the Panthers have a really explosive offense. Bryce Young really coming together, the emergence of Teteroa McMillan, and also Rico Dowdle. I mean, this is a guy who, in my opinion, should be getting the bulk of the carries. Obviously, they have Hubbard. They paid Hubbard, so he's their go-to usually. But ever since he got hurt, it's been hard to ignore and hard to take away carries from Rico Dowdle. He's already top 5 in the NFL in rushing yards, and he's played half a season, not even. Good kick right there as the Panthers take the touchback. They'll be taking it at the 35-yard line. And out comes Bryce Young. He actually set a franchise record last week with 448 passing yards. This was a coming out party for the young quarterback. In his third year of play, first 2 seasons have been somewhat disappointing, but man, it is looking to be an impressive third year. He started off this season cold. We were thinking we were going to get more of the same from Mr. Young, but since then, really coming out of his shell. He's under center with Dowdle behind him. Trips lined up over to his left. Kicks. He's got a receiver in motion. Young hands it off to Dowdle. Dowdle coming through the middle, gets a few yards on that carry. Also got guys like Xavier Legette, another young receiver who can make a few explosive plays. Keep an eye on him. I don't know his injury status. I believe he's playing. I know he's been banged up a few times, but let's see here. Young's in the shotgun. He's got a back over to his left, 2 receivers to his right. Play action. Young escapes a sack, scrambling in the pocket, throws it forward, and he finds his tight end. What a play right there. Flag on the play. Most likely roughing the passer. Young was getting hit while he made that throw. Very good job right there by Bryce Young. He had a very thin window of opportunity right there, threaded the needle, and picked up a first down, pending the flag if it's on Carolina, of course. But I don't think it is. I think this is almost definitely roughing the passer. Excuse me. It is on. It's holding actually on the Panthers. Wow. So 2nd and 16 on Carolina. Let's see what Young can do here. He's in the shotgun again. Young drops back, throws it over to Dowdle. Dowdle, good move, gets a few yards past the line. Still playing from behind the 6, though. 3rd down. Panthers could have had a first down if it wasn't for the penalty. This 49er defense obviously headlined by Nick Bosa, but one of their best players, one of the greatest linebackers of all time, Fred Warner, out for the season. That's a huge blow. It is 3rd down, 3rd and 13 for the Panthers. McMillan's got a one-on-one matchup over to the far left. Young's in the shotgun. Steps back. Hands it off to Hubbard. Hubbard coming through, and he's just short of the first down. It is 4th down and short. Looks like the offense is going to stay out there, and they will. 4th and 3. Carolina electing to go for it. This is big right here for Carolina early on. 4 minutes and ticking. And I think they are going to send the punt team out. They thought about going for it, but, you know, just a little too risky. Ball was at their own 43 as there's the boot going out. And that's going to bounce out of bounds. Just about at the 8-yard line. 8-yard line. And we're going to see this 49er offense again. It's a stall out to open things up for the Panthers offense. Hubbard got really close to that first down, but got tackled just within the nick of time. I think Bryce Young honestly wanted to go for it there. You guys let me know in the comments if you think the Panthers should have went for it there. Only 3 yards to go, but maybe you don't want to screw around too much in the early game. Yeah. Let me know in the comments what questions you guys got. Any score predictions, shoot that right into the chat. We do Yankee questions, we do football questions, any sports questions you got, shoot. Panthers need to be put to sleep. Yeah, Victor. Their first play, they're tied with you guys right now. A win tonight would give them first place. So you're hoping for a Niners win tonight, Victor. Let's see if they can make it happen for you. So, Victor, you do have the tiebreaker. So right now, so you both sit at 6-5, both the Bucks and the Panthers. So obviously, though, a Panthers win would bring them to 6-6. So that would no, a Panthers win would bring them to 7-5. Purdy's under center. Use check in motion. Lines up. Gonna block for CMC. Play action. Purdy fakes the handoff. Throws it down the middle, and it's picked off. The Panthers intercept Brock Purdy, and they get brought down at about the 17-yard line. Just like that, one play to open up the drive, and Purdy is picked off. Good play right there by the Carolina secondary. As Bryce Young will take over on things at the 17-yard line in San Francisco territory. Purdy was targeting Jawan Jennings, just a little bit behind him, and Horn read that like a book. Great field possession for the Panthers. 3.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. That's Horn's 4th interception of the year. Young, under center. Fakes the handoff to Dowdle, rolling over to his right. Bryce Young, he's going to keep it, tuck some runs for a few yards. Bucs schedule is in their favor, but you don't know. The Panthers could give them a run for their money. Obviously, the Saints is an automatic win, Victor, but you never know about these Panthers. Don't give up on these cats. Second and 5 at the 12. Leggett's in motion. Purdy's under center. He's going to hand it off to Dowdle. Dowdle gets a few yards. 3rd down now. Panthers well into field goal range. It's 3rd and 2. Oh boy, Robert Saleh, the defensive coordinator for the 49ers. Man. As a Jet fan, I remember that face. I remember that head, that bald head, Robert Saleh. Leggett going crazy in motion. Young fakes the handoff, rolling over to his right. Young's going to keep it. Young going towards the end zone. And he's taken down at the 1. He gets the first down. First and goal with about 1.5 yards separating the Panthers from the end zone. Good job right there by Bryce Young. Great pocket presence. Faked the handoff to Hubbard. Was looking right. Found no one open. And Bryce Young saw that window, took it, and tackled just short of the end zone. Great opportunity right here for the Panthers to get on the board. Young, under center again. He's got a fullback and a running back behind him. Fakes the handoff to both of them. Young throwing up, and it's picked off in the end zone. Bryce Young gets picked off in the end zone. Back-to-back drives where the QBs got picked off. Man, he was targeting his tight end, but could not sync it up. And just like that, the Niners have the ball again. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. Travis Baker, actually, they don't think it's that bad. There's a chance that he's able to play this next week, believe it or not. Because the MRI revealed there's nothing torn in his shoulder and there's no fractures. It's just a sprain. It's his non-throwing shoulder. Obviously, he's got to be cautious. You don't want a sprain to go too crazy, but he's not ruled out. And they're honestly hopeful that he could play. So that's something to keep an eye on. But the defense is trash. I'll give you that. Bucs defense is awful. You would start Bridgewater. Interesting idea. I got an idea. In the comments, everyone watching right now, put down your MVP this year so far in the NFL. Who do you got? Me, I got Stafford. I would love to give it to Jonathan Taylor, but Matthew Stafford has just commanded that Rams offense to the best team in the NFL. Would love to give it to Taylor, and you honestly can make a really good case for Jonathan Taylor, but I'm going to take Stafford. People still saying Indiana Jones, Danny Dimes. If you got him, let me know. If you're on Team Stafford, Victor's got Jonathan Taylor. Very respectable. This dude's on another level, but I'm picking Stafford. I'm not just one of those people who say this is a quarterback-only award. I'm just looking at how Matthew Stafford has been leading this Rams team. I mean, he really has woken up, Matthew Stafford. Or not even woken up. The dude's unk. He's been around for a while. Like a fine wine, though, gets better with age. You know? He's really been doing it. You see the resurgence of Devontae Adams. You know, Puka's Puka. Kyron Williams. Higbee's been having a good year. The defense has been great. Drake May's another great candidate. They might win that division, the Patriots. I mean, honestly, as a Jet fan, I just know Drake May is going to be a thorn in my side. 49ers have it at the Carolina 20. At the Carolina 20. Handoff to CMC gives them a few yards. Second down and long. Victor's got Drake May too. These are all good names. Drake May is a very good, very accurate, just a very good quarterback. As a Jet fan, why can't we have that? Why do we get stuck with Justin Fields? 2nd and 6. Purdy's in the shotgun. Pearsall in motion. Drops back into the pocket. Short pass over to McCaffrey. Good juke move right there coming through. And gets a few yards. I was right. They're at their own 32, the 49ers. At their own 32. That moves the chains, though, with the first down. fresh set of downs, 6 seconds and ticking in the first quarter. Purdy probably just going to let the clock run. And he does. That does it for the first quarter. So at the end of the first quarter, the 49ers lead 7-0, courtesy of the Jawan Jennings touchdown. Yeah, it's not an easy vote at all, Victor. I think those are the three it's between, though. Drake May, Jonathan Taylor, and Stafford. I'm going to give it to Stafford, but you could honestly make... I'll go Stafford, JT, and May. That's the order I'd go in, honestly, for MVP. That's the order I'd go. We're gonna have a nice late night show, though. But yeah, good to see you, my man, Victor. Always a big supporter of the chat. Always active. Let's see here, though. 49ers looking to go up by some more. Already up by 7. So let's see what they got going on for us. The Niners. Yeah, Mahomes, not the same as he was. Same thing with Allen, even though Allen's still a stud. Cook, you're talking about James Cook for MVP? Maybe for Offensive Player of the Year, but not MVP. I mean, I think it's obvious, though, Offensive Player of the Year is Jonathan Taylor. I think that's pretty obvious. Defensive Player of the Year, probably going to give it to Myles Garrett, too. Chiefs downfall, they did just beat, though, the Colts, arguably the best team in the AFC. But, yeah, I mean, the Chiefs just, I don't know what it is, man. They're just a boring team to watch. Lewis, okay. Lewis. Am I blanking? Who the hell is Lewis? You mean Love? Lewis. I'm definitely blanking on a name. I'm sorry. As Purdy completes the pass to Kittle for the first down. Wait, who's Lewis? Either you had a typo or I'm completely blanking on a name. Lewis. Jamal Lewis. Oh, for Defensive Player of the Year, right? Or Jamal Lewis. The dude's 46. As Purdy drops back and floats it over for Robinson. I think you're pulling my leg, Victor, with Jamal Lewis. I think you're pulling my leg. Sounds like a guy before my time. Do I think the Bucs are done? No. I don't think they're done. Bucs are still in it. I think it's a good underdog story, though. The Panthers, but I mean, this is a big test for them. Do I really think the Panthers are going to sneak in? Probably not. As Purdy hands it off to CMC, ricochets off his own blocker, gets a few yards. But I mean, I'm honestly more confident in the 49 and the Bucs taking this division than I am with the Panthers. But I could see the Panthers being a problem for you guys in years to come, just because they're so young, they're so scary, they're so explosive. But I mean, Bucs are down. Mike Evans. The Bucs have been down Bucky Irving for a while. Godwin's been hurt, so the Bucs are injury riddled on offense, and now Baker too. 3rd and 2nd as McCaffrey gets tripped up. He might be short. Derrick Henry. Okay. There you go. You had Jamal Lewis on your mind. Okay. 4th and 1. I think the Niners are going to go for it. I think they are. Yep. The ball is at the Carolina. Believe, just trying to think of the yards here. Bear with me. Ball's at the Carolina 47. Handoff, and he's got it. Easily, he's got that one. Purdy with the QB keeper. Yeah, so I need for my fantasy football, I need Tedero McMillan. 1 singular point. 1 point to win this week. We're tied at 116. Guy I'm going against, he's got no players left. I got 1, and that's Tedero McMillan. I need 1 point. Hopefully give it to me. Purdy quickly hands it off to McCaffrey. McCaffrey fighting through, gets a few yards on that carry. Let's hope Tech could get 1 freaking point. I just need a yard, Ted. I need a reception and a yard. Not a lot to ask for a guy who just put up 33 last week. Anyone, fantasy football people in the chat? Victor, Travis, everyone else listening, Michael, y'all, Sean, y'all fantasy football people? You let me know. It's 2nd and 7 for the Niners. At the Carolina 41, Purdy in the shotgun. Escapes the sack, scrambling, going forward on the QB keeper and gets the first down and then some. Don't do Travis, fantasy Travis, that's cool. Played a few times, that's it. Yeah, this is actually my first time doing it this seriously. And it's been a rough year, just to say the least. Drafted Brian Thomas Jr. Drafted Bucky Irving. Drafted James Conner. You know, like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Fresh set of downs for the Niners as Purdy takes it, drops back into the pocket. Firing up the middle, finds his man, Jawan Jennings, who gets a few yards. I have Jawan Jennings and Rico Dowdle, Jason. Okay. Well, Jawan's got a touchdown. He just got another reception and then a few more yards. Purdy's missed 8 games this year. Wow. Beat your buddy last year in it. There you go, Travis. There you go. I'm beating nobody this year in fantasy. I can this week. If Tedero McMillan gets 1 point, I win. 1. We think Rams come out of... Yeah, are you asking if they, as Purdy... Oh, that pass gets deflected. But Travis, to answer your question, what do you think Rams come out of NFC? Are you saying I think that the Rams make the Super Bowl? That I think the Rams represent the NFC in the Super Bowl? Yeah. I think the Rams are just the most complete team in not only the NFC West, but in the whole NFL. The defense is amazing. The offense is amazing. You put that together, that's amazing and amazing. So, AFC, who do I think? That's a great question. I would love to say the Colts. I really would love to say the Colts. I don't know, though. Can they do it when the temperatures drop to freezing? Can they do it when it matters most, as it's 3rd and 6? Timeout called, though, by the Niners. Can the Colts do it? Do the Colts have the strength to get through? I don't know. I don't know if the Colts have that postseason grit in them. Now, they're my favorite team to watch. That's the thing, Travis. It's hard to bet against the Chiefs in the postseason. It sucks. Believe me, I am sick of it. I am sick of it. But it's hard to bet against them. It's hard for me to visualize the Colts getting past the Ravens, the Bills, and the Chiefs. Maybe the Ravens, possibly the Bills, but I don't know about the Chiefs. The Chiefs haven't even blown anything out of the water this year. Nothing. They have not been spectacular. They might not even make the playoffs. I think they're going to sneak in. I think they're just not going to go down, guys. I would love to see Colts Rams Super Bowl. Sign me up. Give me that. Colts Rams Super Bowl. I'm already excited thinking about that. 3rd and 6 after the timeout. Purdy in the shotgun. Pearsall in motion, going left to right to left. Purdy drops back in the pocket, looking for a man open. In the move, making the throw, and it's picked off again in the end zone. Second interception of the night for Brock Purdy. He's got 2. Oh my gosh. Would you look at that? Jackson picks off Purdy. And Purdy's got 2 picks. This one was in the end zone, so that's going to be a touchback. Man, Purdy not happy. Yes, sir, Sean. Stafford just gets better with time. He just does. But I think the Super Bowl, I think we could see Rams Chiefs. Or honestly, I think we could go Rams Bills. If you don't want to see me pick the Chiefs, we could go Rams Bills. I'm sure you agree, George. I don't think the Yankees are gonna make big time moves. I don't know. Here's the thing, Travis. I honestly think Brian Cashman could be losing his mind behind closed doors. If you're Brian Cashman, put yourself into his shoes. You got Aaron Judge, Garrett Cole, Giancarlo Stanton, Carlos Rodon, Max Fried. These are not young guys. Their primes are expiring. I think Cashman feels the pressure to win a ring. He doesn't want Judge to join Don Mattingly in the club of Yankees and the club of Yankee captains to not win a ring. I really think he wants to make a big splash. He wants to take this team to the top because at the end of the day, he knows very well that if he doesn't do it this year, there's most likely a strike the year after that, and there's no way of knowing what Judge's condition, his health will be the year after that. No telling what Rodon, Stanton, Cole, no telling what these guys are going to be. He wants to get them a ring. You think Kyle Tucker is that guy? I've seen him, man. I've seen Kyle Tucker do some crazy stuff. I know a lot of Yankee fans are against him, but I am with the side that would not be that opposed to signing Kyle Tucker. He's a 5-tool player. He was injury. This is the only thing with Tucker is his injury history. The numbers are bad last year. Yeah, he was hurt. He was hurt last year. You know, it's not his play, his bat, that doesn't scare me. It's the injury history. I do think, though, he's a dog. I think he's a fantastic player. I think he has top 7 upside. Yeah, I said that overall, but we shall see. Young, play action, fakes the handoff, scrambling, flips it over to Tedero McMillan. There we go, baby. Tedero McMillan. All I needed was that 1 5-yard play, and that should seal the deal for my fantasy. He is good, but when he's on, yeah. He's streaky. He's streaky, Travis, but the thing is, you look last year at his months his monthly batting average. So when he was bad, it was July, June, August. June, July, though, were bad. July, August. Those 3 months were bad for Tucker, but that's when he was hurt, battling injuries. So that 1.6 fantasy points that Tedero McMillan just got just won me my league. Just won me my game. There we go, baby. There we go. 3rd and 2 for the Panthers. Still a 7-0 game. Plenty of football left. How would we feel if we run same lineup back? Not great. I'll be honest with you, Travis. Not great, and I'll get to that real quick after this play. Young's in the shotgun. Hubbard over to his right. 2 yards to go for the first. Steps back into the pocket. Young airs it out, firing, and it hits McMillan in the chest for a drop. Tedero McMillan dropped it. Wow. Not good. Hit him right in the chest. That would have been a first down and then some. That's not happening, Travis. I've said this multiple times. They don't see something in Dominguez. Cash does not see anything in Jason Dominguez. He is head spent on trading him, as Carolina is forced to punt. They're going to trade Dominguez. Just a fact. That's what they feel they need to do. They don't think he's that big of a contributor. They're going to trade him. But you know, Travis, the thing with me is the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. If we run this lineup back out, what do we think's going to happen? Now, Travis, I agree Dominguez would be a great leadoff man, but the problem is they don't see that. Cashman does not see that in Dominguez. He has made that perfectly clear. So they're going to trade Dominguez. Now, what's the trade piece? We dive into that. That's the fun part, Travis. We dive into what do we trade Dominguez for? We trade him for a stud starting pitcher. Do we trade him for another outfielder? What do we do? But I honestly think, Travis, I would honestly not be surprised at all if we signed both Tucker and Bellinger. I'm being so real. A lot of people don't agree with me, but here's the thing. When Brian Cashman was playing Let's Be a Hobo for a day, listen to what he was saying, Travis. Everyone who's thinking I'm crazy, listen to that. He was talking like we freaking had Cody Bellinger and Kyle Tucker. He was talking like we had them already. And he is making it clear that, of course, the priority is Cody Bellinger. But after that, I really think priority B, after you get Bellinger, you look at Tucker. And I've seen reports. He's one of the best he's good defensively. But Travis and all you other Yankee fans, I have seen loads of reports now saying the Mets may not want to spend a ton of money this offseason. They might want to try and go in-house to fix the outfield. So, if they're not willing to go crazy on Tucker, I really don't I don't know, man. I could really see the Yankees getting both. I used to know all this stuff, man. Me being a lot older than you probably know it. Yeah. Bellinger, Ime, Okamoto, Donovan. That's a great but really unrealistic span. I mean, obviously Bellinger's plan A. Ime, if I'm pronouncing that right, he's the pitcher. He's a stud pitcher. He actually said he wants to take down the Dodgers. He said he wants to go to a team with no Japanese players. Yeah, I'm a sophomore. Fumble! Picked up by the Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, guys. We had a fumble by the Niners. The Panthers jumped on it. It came loose. And the Niners jumped back on it. They recovered it. CMC fumbled, though. You're 32. Yeah, I'm a sophomore. But back to Ime. What Sean said. He said he doesn't want to go to a team with any Japanese players, and he said he wants to beat the Dodgers. When have you ever heard that? When have you ever heard that, guys? I know you guys love Donovan here on the channel. I just don't see that happening. Okamoto, I do see possibly happening, but I could honestly see the Mets going for Okamoto as CMC gets a gain of a few. I think that the Mets, I honestly could see the Mets saying, we're not spending $400 million on Kyle Tucker. We're going to get Okamoto, and that's going to be our big offseason move. I could see that being what the Mets do. He could play the corner outfield, Okamoto. He could be their opening day left fielder even. But you picture this for the Yankees, guys. I'll give you a lineup, actually. So catching is Ben Rice. First base is still undecided as Purdy's in the pocket, drops back, airing it out, and it's picked off again. Brock Purdy is picked off for a third time. Second time that Horn has found Purdy. Second interception for Horn. Third of Purdy. Oh my goodness. Another interception. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. Wow. He was targeting Pearsall. I like that comp of Tanaka. And I think he wants to honestly play for either the Yankees, the Mets, or the Blue Jays. He wants to take down the Dodgers. He hates the Dodgers for whatever reason, but I'm all here for it. You know? Let me give you this hypothetical. What we got here from Victor. Judge and Shoto, nothing. Judge and Belly, nothing. Judge and Tucker, nothing. How do you know Judge and Tucker is nothing? How do you know? You know what I'm saying, Victor? But yeah. I just want to give you a hypothetical team. So we got Ben Rice catching. First base still to be determined. Second base, Jazz, Volpe at short. At third base, McMahon, and then in the outfield. Actually, hold on. I'm stupid. First base is decided. So if you do go Bellinger and Tucker, Rice is catching. Bellinger is at first base. Jazz is at second. Volpe at short. McMahon at third. Going left to right in the outfield. Bellinger's in left. Grisham in Tucker's in left. Grisham in center. Judge in right. Who says no? Nothing beats Judge Soto World Series. Come on, Victor. Yeah. I'm still kicking myself for that one, Travis. That was a bad. That's just leaving a bad taste in my mouth, man. Bad taste in my mouth. That World Series left me with. Second and third. Ball at the Carolina 21 for the Panthers. Young hands it off to Dowdle. Rico gets the first down and then some. Yeah, I mean, Travis. I mean, Victor, that's the goal, man. They're looking for a ring. They're looking for that chip. Tedero McMillan actually comes back into the game with gloves. He comes back into the game with gloves. They showed a clip. Someone just gave him gloves on the sideline. Ball at the San Francisco 10-yard line. Young under center. Dowdle in motion. Young fakes the pitch over to Dowdle. Rolling over to his right. Bryce Young goes out of bounds at the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing. Soto was a game changer. Maybe Tucker could be that game changer. You know, I honestly think if you have a lineup that's looking like you have Rice lead off, because I think Rice can be a leadoff hitter. So bear with me. I'm just trying to think of this on the fly, actually. Let's go Rice lead off. Let's go Bellinger 2, Judge 3, Stanton 4, Tucker 5. Hold on, let me cook. Second and goal here for the Panthers. Young screen pass over to Leggett. Doesn't get it in. So we have Rice, Bellinger, Judge, Stanton, Tucker, Jazz. Who else do we have to put into that lineup? Grisham, Volpe, McMahon. Look at that. Third and goal. Bryce Young barking out orders to his team. He's got two running backs side by side in the shotgun with him. Only a few yards to go from the end zone. Young scouts out the defense, steps back into the pocket, flips it over to Hubbard. Hubbard got two defenders and he's tackled behind the line of scrimmage. You think that's a weak lineup, Travis? You honestly think that's a weak lineup? Rice, Bellinger, Judge, Stanton, Tucker, Chisholm, Grisham, Volpe, McMahon? That's a lot better than last year, Travis. That's a lot better than last year. Field goal coming out. Ryan Fitzgerald coming in. 25-yard attempt. This should be a chip shot. I don't think that's a weak lineup, Travis. And that is good. We have a 7-3 game. I don't think that's a weak lineup at all. Tucker makes it good. It's a little bit of a risk because of the injury history. That's the only thing, Travis. Now, the question I want to ask you guys about the Yankees. Fernando Tatis Jr. Reports circling around. Would you guys be opposed to Fernando Tatis Jr.? Let me know, Travis. I'm interested to see what you think on this. Tatis. Would you be so opposed to that? Mind you, Tatis batted leadoff for San Diego. Interesting idea. Have to give up a lot of the farm. Let me know, though, and if you would go with Tatis, Travis. I don't know. I mean, I think it's an interesting idea, Tatis. I really do. Yeah. You trade for him? Yeah. I probably am in the same boat. No, don't put him at shortstop. Don't put him at shortstop. He can't field a ground ball. I know our shortstop isn't that good defensively, but the problem is he's so good defensively, Tatis. You put him in left field. Keep Judge in right. You put him in left. You could put Judge. You could put Belly at first. You don't need Kyle Tucker then. And then maybe you spend money on pitching. What I'm trying to get at is you can't go all free agent. If you want to get two more position players and a pitcher, because I think, Travis, what we're getting at is we need to do a big refresh on the team. Tatis would be fine in left, Travis. He'd be lights out. This is a platinum glove outfielder. But he was not that great at shortstop. And once they signed Xander Bogaerts, they basically just said, Tatis, you want to try right field? And he did play some left too. And he's just a fantastic corner outfielder. But I'm trying to get at is you can't go free agent for all three. And I think you do need to add two position players and a pitcher. So you can't go free agent all three. You can maybe try and sign two, but then you have to make a trade because just the money doesn't grow on trees. So you got to work with the combinations. Do you want to go Bellinger, Tatis, and Ime, the guy from Japan? Do you want to go that combination? Do you want to go Tucker, Bellinger, and you trade for a pitcher? As that's kicked off, 49ers are going to take it back on the return. 4-point game now. Good job right there by Robinson as he gets some blocks. Still on his feet. Fantastic return right there. Oh my goodness. What a job by the special teams. I mean, Travis, if you want to hear my crazy idea, if you want to hear my crazy idea, Travis, if I was Brian Cashman, I'd sign Bellinger. Tatis in center, maybe. The problem is you just brought Grisham back. And you can't trade Grisham because Grisham has technically a no trade clause till I think June 21st. How it works is as Purdy throws a screen pass to Pearsall, who gets tackled for loss. How it works is when a player takes the qualifying offer, you can't trade them to a certain date, and I believe that's June 21st. You can't trade them unless the player agrees to it. So Grish would have to agree. He's a fourth outfielder, a $22 million fourth outfielder. That's expensive. Yeah, I mean, Sean, I think Bellinger you could count as a contact hitter just because he's not a scrappy base hit guy. I mean, Bellinger's a good hitter. Christian center coach. Like, if I was Brian Cashman and I wanted to go extreme, and I'm talking extreme, you're getting Cody Bellinger back. You're possibly getting Tucker. Like, Tucker's not priority, but you shock the world and you trade for Tarek Skubal. That's what you do. Because Tarek Skubal's on the block. It's just a fact. Tarek Skubal is available, and we have stuff to trade. I know Sean, you're absolutely right. The Mets' priority is starting pitching, but the Mets don't have the trade package to compete with the Yankees. What would you rather have if you're the Tigers? Would you rather have Mark Vientos, Ronnie Mauricio, Brett Beatty? Who else do they have? They have a bunch of scrub prospects or just young guys. Vientos, Beatty, Acuna, one of those pitchers. Even though I think McLean's going to be really good out of Tong, Sprout, McLean, but you get those, or you could get Jason Dominguez, Spencer Jones, Bryce Cunningham, Carlos LaGrange, Omar Rodriguez Cruz, and the list goes on. The Yankees if the Yankees go into a trade war, a hypothetical trade war for Tarek Skubal, they are winning that. They're winning that because Brian Cashman is absolutely ready to trade Jason Dominguez and Spencer Jones. He's ready. You can't compete with that if you're the Mets. Mark Vientos and Ronnie Mauricio does not equal Jason Dominguez and Spencer Jones. Period. And the Yankees also have a very deep farm system of pitching. Bryce Cunningham, Carlos LaGrange, Omar Rodriguez Cruz. Peralta's going to stay with the Brewers. Travis, even though he's a great pitcher. Mets have second high-ranked prospects. The problem is, though, they're not going to trade. They're not going to trade a Jeb Williams. They see, basically, to give you guys an analogy for what the Mets see in Jeb Williams, their top prospect, they see him as what we saw in Volpe. Okay? So when we were in trade talks for like freaking Brian Reynolds and Juan Soto before he came over here, and we said hands off on Volpe, that's what they're saying with Jeb Williams. As Purdy throws it over the middle, big gain right there to George Kittle, brings it over to the Carolina 30. But that's the thing. The Mets are not going to trade Jet. They see a lot in Jet, so they're not going to get rid of him. The thing with the Yankees is they're ready. This is a farm sale for the Yankees. They're ready to sell the whole farm for Skubal. Edwin Diaz is interesting. I actually like that idea for the Yankees, possibly. I think, though, the Mets have to bring him back because it's 1st and 10 at the 29 for the 49ers. Purdy drops back, throwing over the slot, nearly intercepted again. Cabrera at first for now. I mean, yeah, until you get Bellinger back. Cabrera's gonna be great to get back, guys. Like, we don't even realize how beneficial that is. That's gonna be great to have Oswaldo back. Give guys days off when they need it. That's gonna be super to have him back. But the thing, we will win a trading war with the Mets. Because Steve Cohen has said, here's the difference with what the camp at the Mets, David Stearns and Steve Cohen have said as Purdy completes it to Kittle, and Kittle drops the ball. Actually, no completion. Here's the difference of what Cashman and Steinbrenner have said compared to what Stearns and Cohen have said. Stearns and Cohen have said they will address their problems. They will try to address their problems in-house. They will try to use Jeb Williams. They will try to use all these prospects in-house. They will try to answer their problems with the farm, opposed to the Yankees saying, everyone's for sale. Take Dominguez, take Jones, take Cunningham, take Elmer Rodriguez Cruz. They're so willing to trade, and the Mets are so hesitant. That's the real deal. Think the Yankees are going to get another starting pitcher and few more reliever? Yes. On top of, bad throw by Purdy. On top of re-signing Cody Bellinger, of course, Travis. On top of that, yes. You know? And I think it's apropos for the Yankees to get, good word right there. I think it's very important for the Yankees to get another starter. I know a lot of people are saying we have lots of starters, but in reality, Cole is not going to be ready for the first couple weeks of the season. Carlos Rodon is not going to be ready for the first month. 2 of your big starters are down. As the field goal, the snap, the hold, the kick, she is good. 10-3 game with a minute to go in the second. I don't know if Jet's gonna be traded. Honestly, I don't know. It's gonna be a lot. It would be a Scoobo that the Mets would pull the trigger on, but I don't know if they would trade him. Honestly, I really don't. But I'm just saying the Mets are so holding on to their prospects, and I think the Yankees might have learned their lesson with Volpe. The Yankees might have learned their lesson with Volpe, how they held on to him, how they said hands off to all these teams. Max Fried going to dominate again? He's gonna have to. He's gonna have to, Travis. Cole's not gonna be ready. Rodon's gonna be out for a month. It's gonna be your rotations looking like Fried, Schindler, Heel, Warren, Yarbrough. If you don't call up like an Elmer Rodriguez Cruz, that's your rotation? Give me another starter. Give me another starter, please. That's not a competitive rotation at all. Yeah, I'll break it down. Fried, fantastic. Love him. Schindler, love the guy to death. Heel, ever since coming back, has not been great. Will Warren, inconsistent. Ryan Yarbrough, reliable when he needs him to make a spot start, but as an everyday pitcher for a month, no. No. You need a more consistent strategy for games, grinding out pitchers every at bat. Yeah. I hate to bring up old times, but the Soto year we did that. The Soto year, we led all the majors in pitches per at bat. We did, Sean. We had grinders. We had them. Unless we acquire a big pitcher. That's what I'm alluding to, Travis, that the Yankees should acquire a big pitcher. Tucker in between Judge Stanton. I'm going to go Rice, Belly, Judge, Stanton, Tucker, Jazz. So I'm putting Tucker in between Stanton and Chisholm just because I feel like Giancarlo is so carved into that cleanup spot, and I think it works so well. Take your pick, though. But, I mean, a lot of people are down on Tucker, but you look at the fact that he was hurt. I mean, he was rocking and rolling when he first arrived in Chicago. He really was, but he got hurt midseason. His batting average took a huge drop in July, August, but that's because he got hurt pre-All-Star break. So, the Japanese guy, the pitcher or the hitter, and which hitter? You're going to go for hitting-wise, or you're going to go Okamoto, or you're going to go Murakami? Because Murakami, I'm anti-Murakami. Don't we want Roy? Pitcher. Okay. I could see that. And here's the thing, Travis. He said he wants to go to a team that does not have any Japanese players yet. And he does not want to go to the Dodgers. Welcome to New York. Like that works out perfectly. 1st and 10 for Bryce Young and the Panthers at the 25-yard line. Throws it over to Dowdle for a gain of about 5. But yeah. Yeah, I think that would be a good move. Jones, Rodriguez, Cruz, Warren enough for Tatis. I'm trying to visualize it. So Spencer Jones obviously is the headline. And so is Elmer Rodriguez Cruz. Like, this is a top pitching prospect in baseball, Rodriguez Cruz. And Will Warren, someone who showed he can bring it at the major league level. I think that's where you start, honestly, with the Padres with talks. I think that's where you start. How about, guys, if you want to do something interesting, how about a reunion with Michael King? How opposed would you guys be to that? As Bryce Young throws it nowhere close to anyone. 3rd and out for the Panthers. Like, how opposed? He's a free agent this year. How opposed would you guys be to a reunion with Michael King? He's done good in San Diego. I don't hate the idea. I don't at all for Michael King. Buy end of spring, your rotation would look like Cole, Freed, Rodon, Schlittler, King. You turn maybe Heel into a reliever if he's not traded. Give me that. Give me that, baby. Man, they called intentional grounding on that play. I said nobody was home where Bryce Young threw it. Yeah. Yeah. I would not mind that at all, Travis. That's what I was thinking. Like Michael King, he can pitch. He's a really good, reliable pitcher to have. He would definitely be able to hold down the fort a little bit. I'd accept that. Bellinger, Miyako. I don't think Donovan's coming here, Sean. I don't think he's coming here, Donovan. Bellinger's coming back. I could see I don't know how to pronounce the name. I'm sorry. I could see him coming here. I could possibly see Okamoto. We still don't know a ton about these Japanese guys in terms of any traction with teams. Don't know a ton yet. So Travis is at a no for Tatis. I do not see Brendan Donovan coming here, guys. Do not. But get your questions ready for Chef Nick. I know he's going to come on at halftime, do a nice little presentation. He's going to be talking about how Steinbrenner had to say today in his infamous Zoom meeting. So get ready for Chef Nick. Going to get a good idea of what Steinbrenner said on the team. Guys, I'm honestly looking at I don't think the Yankees get Tatis. I think it's a long shot too, Travis, but it's not a terrible idea. I'm looking at Donovan's numbers. I mean, they're obviously good. A 287 hitter, 10 homers. He's versatile. He doesn't strike out a lot. He doesn't walk that much. He's not that fast. He's just a good little player to have. Kind of like an Oswaldo type of guy, though. Like, I think we're kind of overriding. He would have 5 more homers if he played in Yankee Stadium last year. That's always fun to look at. I think we're kind of overriding Brendan Donovan a little bit. Probably last play of the game. Purdy stepping up in the pocket, looking to make a big throw. Short pass over at the sideline to Kittle. He goes out of bounds, so clock stops at 3 seconds. 3rd and 1. But Donovan's a good little player, but nothing that's going to move the needle. What a toe tap by George. Actually, no, he was out of bounds, George Kittle. But Brendan Donovan's not going to move the needle, guys. Someone who will is Tucker. Someone who will is, I think Okamoto could definitely move the needle. But it's 3rd and 1 here. This is going to be the last play of the first half. We should be seeing Chef Nick soon. Give you that update on Steinbrenner. And be advised, we're probably going to do a little segment 2 on the Yankees, the whole panel after the game. But, could we see Brock Purdy step up and make a big throw? Or I think they might just let the timer run out, maybe. But, I mean, it looks like they're going to take a shot. Why not? Breakdown Tatis, you got it. I will. I will definitely. Let me call this, though. Purdy stepping back, does a short pass to McCaffrey. McCaffrey breaks some tackles, still on his feet, but then gets brought down. That's going to do it. So first half of the game, 49ers lead by 7, 10-3 as we go into halftime. And there he is. There's Chef.
What's up, fam? What's up, fam? What's up, George?
Chef.
Good job, man. Good job, George.
Thank you.
Absolutely, man. Very good. I was actually Knicks are up 89-75 against the Nets, fourth quarter, 11 minutes and 40 seconds to go.
Yeah. Ugh. So Travis, you wanted me to break down Tatis a little bit? Sure.
Oh, okay. I
So
like
let's
that.
do a quick breakdown on Fernando Tatis. Is Joe backstage? Nick, do we know if Joe is backstage and able to allow me to share my screen?
I think so. Yeah, I think Joe's backstage.
All right, Joe, I'm going to put a screen up. Just holler if you see it, Nick. Holler if it comes up.
There you go. It's coming. It's loading.
It's up?
Yeah, beautiful. It's on.
All right. So Travis wanted a breakdown of Fernando Tatis Jr. Let's
Perfect.
give it to him. So Tatis, 26 years old. Let's go by the counting numbers. A 268 average, 25 homers, 32 stolen bases. You're looking at a 25-30 guy. So let's just look at stuff. I'm not going to go too deep into analytics, like his expected batting average and whatnot. What I do want to look at is his chase percentage, his whiff percentage, his strikeout percentage, and his walk percentage, because these are analytics that matter. So he chases decently high, 73rd percentile. He doesn't strike out that much. He walks, though, at a high level. This is a guy that is going to get you a lot of walks, which is something the Yankees were missing a little bit last year. So having a guy that could walk is obviously very good. And this is a guy who batted leadoff actually for the San Diego Padres. So this was their leadoff guy. So this is someone you could pencil in at the top of the lineup. This is spray chart. Nothing too crazy here. Obviously playing San Diego is honestly, guys, a death trap. I don't know if any was Nick. You ever make the trip out to San Diego?
Always wanted to, never did, never got the chance.
A thing with San Diego that sucks is there's like miles of foul territory.
Okay.
A lot of hitters actually don't sign with San Diego just because of how much foul territory there is. Something that would be 5 rows back in Yankee Stadium in foul territory is a pop out here in San Diego. So something that's always fun to look at for me is if we scroll down, take this as it is. I don't know how many analytic nerds we have out there, but this is expected home runs by park. And actually, if Tatis played in Yankee Stadium, he would have a few less homers. He'd be sitting at 22. And the reason for that, let's check that out. It's right here. It's this area right here. Just because the Yankees, this is dying out here in Yankee Stadium. You know, this is a fly out. Some of these in Yankee Stadium, just because of how deep
that's right.
left center is. It's known for the short porch, of course, but you see Tatis isn't going that much oppo for his homers, of course. I mean, these are nuke shots right here. But stuff like this, that's a fly out. Left center in Yankee Stadium, that ball is just going to die out there. I mean, take that for what it is. I mean, 3 less homers, it is what it is. Fielding-wise, this is an elite defensive player. This is a guy who you could plug into left field or right field, maybe even center. This guy has one of the best ranges going from left to right in the game. He has an incredibly accurate arm. That's what this arm value is. And the arm strength, it is one of the strongest in the game. He is in the 99th percentile. His average exit velo on his arm is 95 miles per hour. Tatis, give me something. That's a rocket of an arm right there. And he is fast, an 83rd percentile in the sprint speed, which accommodates for 32 stolen bases. This is a good player, and obviously he is locked up. This is no one you have to worry about hitting free agency. This guy is locked up for a decently low price. He got a very low contract for what he's worth. So that's just the breakdown on Tatis.
What I know we were going to talk baseball like briefly, but like this just popped up. What do you think about Tatis and King, a package?
King's a free agent.
Oh, he's a free agent. That's right. Yeah, I forgot about it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, even with Tatis, though, like I don't want to say I don't want to insult the guy. Be like, oh, maybe his value down, or at least like a minuscule. Like, would they still like? I don't know. Would you still trade like Lagrange and like Cunningham for that guy? I mean, Even like
Yeah,
like
I
their
don't
top
think
tier.
I don't think you would need to give a that much for Tatis. You obviously wouldn't have to give them the Scooble package. Um,
Yeah.
um, so I think we have to think, what would the Padres want? They would probably want an outfielder. They would
Mhm.
want either their pick of Jones or Dominguez.
Yeah.
You know,
I can see that.
um, the first person I would probably give them is probably Jones, just because he hasn't done it at the big league level.
Yeah.
You know, he's maybe a little more of a risky option. He's old. He's like 25, which is old for a guy who's never played an inning
Yeah.
of his life in
He's
the
a
major
veteran.
leagues. Um, so there's that. And I think Jones would move the needle for the Padres maybe more than Dominguez. And
Okay.
if you give them Jones, you don't need to go crazy more with the prospects. You maybe need to give them a guy like maybe like a LaGrange and maybe like try and think of like a middle of the pack pitcher. No one crazy, but no one that's gonna be like no one's just that's a no name. Gotta give him
Yeah.
something. And then I like Will Warren. You throw into that trade. You give
Yeah.
them him. You ship it off. But for a guy like Scoopo, you're giving them Dominguez, you're giving them Jones, you're giving them LaGrange, you're giving them Omar Rodriguez Cruz, you're giving them Cunningham more and more too. So that's the problem.
So I mentioned also in regards to, I think it'd be great to get Scooble, but if you're gonna get Scooble, like, and he's gonna be a free agent, I would say like lock him up mid-season. Yankees don't like to do that. They don't like to do that with their players, which like give him contract extensions. This is why I always said they should have done that to Soto with Soto, but I don't know, for some reason they don't like to do that. So it's like, would that be a good idea to do so? Because knowing with Scooble, he's going to be like, I'm gone. I want the big money. I'm not going to negotiate with the Yankees, something like that. But like, just to like, I don't want to say handcuff him, but like just to have that security where it's like we gave up our young talent for this guy. Hypothetically, we're giving up our young talent for this guy. It's like instead of going that Soto route, like at least lock this guy up for something.
Here's what I'll say about that. I mean, I don't want to sound negative, but I think it's almost definite that we're going to have some form of a strike in
Okay.
2026. I honestly think we should play this offseason in win now mode. If you're going to have a
Okay.
break in the action, like by the time we get to 2027, how old is Judge going to be? How old is Cole going to be? How old
Yeah.
is Stanton going to be? These are guys that you're going to waste possibly if you miss almost a whole year of their play, which hopefully not. Hopefully the strike could get figured out, but yeah, and Scubo's also a Boris guy. Nothing's gonna be done
It's true.
mid-season.
Bellinger too, Boris guy. Yep.
But honestly, here's the thing with Soto. Obviously, the biggest thing we gave up was Michael King, who the second he got there was making a difference.
Yep.
If we give a guy like Dominguez, we're gonna be saying the same thing. But with Scoople, if we get another outfielder, we're not. It's gonna soften the blow.
Yeah.
These guys like LaGrange, these guys like Elmer Rodriguez Cruz, their paths are blocked. Honestly.
Yeah. I know.
I mean,
No.
I could see Rodriguez Cruz, if he survives the offseason, he could honestly make the team and be a starter because we're going to be out with Cole and Rodon for the first month of the season. So he could be up. But guys like Cunningham, who's only in single A, guys like LaGrange, who's only in double A, these guys, they're not doing us anything. They're not going to get any reps this year. Let's be real. They're not going to get any reps at the big league level because by the time mid-spring comes around, we're going to have Cole, Fried, Rodon, Schlittler, Heel, and that's not saying we get a starting pitcher, another one. So why not trade them?
Yes, very true. Like, and I also say too, like, there's nothing wrong with going the Blue Jays route where it's like, yes, Savage, from Double A. Why can't we do that though? Like, why can't we?
We did that with Schlittler.
Yeah, but like even with, let's just say LaGrange is in Double A, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So why don't we give him a shot? Let's just say, like, if the Blue Jays can do it, I know, yeah, we did it with Schlittler, but if they can do it, just why can't we play like their playbook? Where, of course, two different player development, sides of the story, but why don't we keep going that route? Like, let's just say for next season or going to the next season, like maybe if we're not going to score high on like free agent starters or stuff like that, why can't we just maybe try that out? Schlittler was amazing. I mean, that was a great story right there. So why can't there be a part two to that?
So the thing with Savage is he was their first round pick that draft, and they
Okay,
always had their eyes on him. So he was always their prodigal son.
gotcha.
So he
All
was
right.
what Paul Skeens was to Pittsburgh. Paul Skeens pitched a little bit in the minors, but just came right up. That's what they did with Savage. They honestly said enough is enough. Our rotation could use another guy. We just drafted you. We've always had high hopes for you. We've had our eyes on you. You
Mhm.
flashed through like crazy. Why not? So that's the
Yeah.
thing. A guy like LaGrange, he's had some issues. Honestly, a fastball pitcher, you always have the risk of the homer, and that's what he's trying to channel. Obviously, as a control,
Yeah.
LaGrange wouldn't be the one to get the call because he still needs some fine polishing. But the one who would be up is Rodriguez Cruz. He's the
Okay.
one who we would see
Good.
get called up. And I honestly think there's a really good chance if he survives this offseason that he's going to be up. Granted, though, most big trades would involve him. Most trades would involve Elmer Rodriguez Cruz just because he's a MLB ready starting pitcher. He's a top
Yeah.
pitching prospect in baseball. It's now impossible to pick up the phone, calling San Diego, calling Detroit for his name not to get brought up.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, that's without a doubt. Yeah, without a doubt. And I mentioned also, I think a couple of days ago, is like if they're not going to put, let's just say, I mean, they already signed. They're signing all these guys right now, like with invites to spring training. They signed Yerry Rodriguez, ex
Yes.
Ranger. Like, look, I'm gonna shoot these guys down, but I know Matt Blake always does a great job with these guys. Who knows? It might be the next Fernando Cruz. I don't know. But just with that too, if they're not going to get a starting pitcher, but let's just say if Elmer Cruz, his path is blocked in the starting rotation, I'm just throwing it out there. Would it be a good idea to put him like in a 6 inning role and then let him like sort of like build his confidence, like learn from the veterans on the team, and then like adjust to like the starting rotation? The reason why I'm saying that is because I guess it's a different time too. Mariano Rivera, setup man to John Wetland. Of course, he was in the starting rotation originally, but that didn't pan out. But he learned from John Wetland and then became the closer. Is that something that Elmer Rodriguez Cruz can do, like in that path? Let's just say if he makes the team, but he's not as a starter.
I don't hate the idea actually at all.
Okay.
The only thing is we're low on starters to start the season. And I see the Yankees kind of saying to Ryan Yarbrough, you're going to be that 6th-inning guy.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you recall a few
That's
years
fine.
ago, even though I really like the Mo parallel, I really like that. But do you recall a few years ago a fellow named Johnny Brito?
Oh, Jesus. Yes.
That's I'm
Yeah.
not saying Elmer's gonna have the career he
Yeah.
had, but he's gonna have the path. Johnny Brito was
Okay.
called up to make spot starts because we had
That's true.
injured
Yeah.
pitchers, and he was good a few starts. Obviously, traded in the Soto trade, but that's the path we would probably see for Elmer. You're gonna come up, you're gonna pitch in the majors and in AAA. You're gonna go back and forth a little bit, but when we need you, you're on the roster. When we don't need you, you're crushing it in AAA.
I
That's
had high hopes for him too, like
I
Johnny
did
Brito.
too. I like
Yeah.
that guy.
Yeah.
I actually like that guy, Johnny Brito. Johnny.
I also want to give a special shout out to Sean Browning for being a new member
Yeah.
at NY Yankee Mania, my brother, co-host and fellow brother, Sean Browning. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, Sean. Thank you. Good job as always, my friend. Good job.
The game is back on. You could stay on though if you wanted to. Nick, give us some commentary. But the Panthers have the ball. They're at their own. I'd say that's about the 27-yard line. Young flips it over to Rico Dowdle. Dowdle gets some blocks, spin move, still on his feet, going past the first down yard. Very good run right there by Rico Dowdle. Picks up the first yard and then some. Carolina only down by 7.
What quarter? What quarter is it?
We are in the very beginning of the third quarter.
Oh, wow. That was halftime.
Well, yeah.
There's a halftime show. No, I definitely
We were the halftime show.
there you go. Yeah, then I maybe like after I definitely want to touch upon how's a little monologue about Hal after the show, I guess, like after you're done. Yeah. Okay, we could do that, I guess. Yeah.
Going to a commercial break now. That's weird.
Oh, wow.
It's only 14. We have 14 minutes, 43 seconds left in the third quarter. But Carolina, they're looking to tie this game up. And as we mentioned earlier, if Carolina wins, they would be in first place of the NFC South somehow.
Okay.
Weird year. Very weird year.
Yeah, I don't have the game in front of me. I do have the Knicks game. I mean,
What we got in the Knicks game?
Knicks are winning 102-87 against the Nets. Sorry, Evan. Fourth quarter, 7 minutes and 2 seconds to go.
Evan's the first ever Net fan I've ever met. I didn't know they existed.
Oh, man. Woo! All right. Okay, I'll be the color guy.
Be the color guy, Nick.
I don't have it in front of me, so I'll try my best to to play blind, but okay.
Play it by ear. Yeah, we've been talking some Yankees though.
Yeah.
At the commercial breaks, been bringing up a few points. We talked a little bit about Tucker too.
Yes.
How interesting that would be. I know a lot of people are down on him, but you look at the parts where he did struggle this year. That's when he was hurt. And honestly, when he first came to Chicago, the dude was killing it. He was a monster his first few weeks, first few months with Chicago. Then he got hurt just before the All-Star break. So his summer was kind of weak just because he was playing through injury. So that's kind of what I see with Tucker. And I think he could be a very good player. You got a 5-tool peak right here. The only risk is the injury.
Yeah.
People are saying he's inconsistent, but the thing is, it's the injury history. That's what I'm most worried about.
See, Joe just texted me. Joe, yeah, I'll be on, Joe. You could lay down. Go lay down. You'll feel better, Joe. I'll be here. That's the one thing I really hate about just the fact that even when the Yankees they sent Johnny Lowe packing. It's like, I thought he was a great pitcher. It's just his injury history. It's no fault of his own. It's just like, how many times you're going to give him, a chance and he gets injured. Again, no fault of his own, but you only feel bad for him too. It's like you always rooted for this guy. And just, year after year, it's just there was something that kept him out of the season. So, but with Tucker too, that's a thing that sort of like gets me nervous is like the injuries, but also him commanding that like a big contract as well. So
yeah. So it was an injury a commercial break actually for an injured Panther.
Oh, look at that.
Wasn't just a random random commercial. And we got holding on the Panthers actually, so they're gonna have to walk it back a little bit. And the Panthers have had a lot of mistakes in this one, but Brock Purdy has 3 interceptions already in the first half. He has not looked sharp tonight. He has just been blessed by a very good drive, courtesy, though, of Christian McCaffrey, and a field goal. So that's just Bryce Young. There was a huge drop by Tedero McMillan. Huge. 14 seconds and ticking on the clock. 1st and 20 for Carolina. Deep in their own territory. Young's in the shotgun. Hands it off to Dowdle. Dowdle is brought down 2 yards ahead of the line of scrimmage for a very short gain. 2nd and long.
I just want to shout out the chat right now. Evan Spitzy, my friend Evan, good to see you. Travis, my friend. Big Mama, good to see you. Real Bill, my brother, good to see you. Michael, Christopher, good to see you guys tonight. Always a pleasure. Let's rock and roll. That's right. I remember Christopher, we were talking about boxing too at that time. I think it was like a few months ago. Good conversation. Very good conversation. Mm-hmm.
Young in the shotgun, drops back into the pocket. Screen pass over to Dowdle. Dowdle using his speed to get past the defender. Gets a good gain right there, bringing it a little closer for 3rd down now. Yankees come out this offseason with something huge. Please be Scoople. I think that Scoople is on the block, Travis. I think that he is very likely he gets traded, and the Yankees have the pieces. The Yankees have Jones, they have Dominguez, they have all these guys they're not only willing to trade, but for the Tigers, it's worth trading for.
Absolutely.
So it's definitely possible, Travis. It's not the craziest thing in the world to say. as that Rico Dowdle run brings it to 3rd and 7. Young drops back, throwing over the middle, and it's broken up. Good defense by the Niners secondary. Panthers forced to punt. One of you guys. Ooh, that's a good question, Nick. Do you think Scooble's a Tiger opening day?
Ooh, that's a good question, Travis. Anything is possible. Like any names that you throw with this off season right now. I'm saying right now, anything goes because you just don't know. I'm still Skeens. People like forget
not
it.
this year.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing.
It's going to happen, but not this year.
It's just he didn't have to even go on a what's it called, the podcast or the show, just it just keep your
we believe you, Paul.
Yeah,
we believe you, Paul. It's okay.
Yeah, I know. It's but it's a dream, it's a dream. But yes, I think they're gonna wait till free agency. So, but yeah, I don't know. That's a very good question, Travis. Very good.
It depends on if the Yankees are willing to go all out. I mean, people are saying the Mets, but I mean, I talked about this earlier. If the Mets and the Yankees go into a trading war for Tarek Skubal, I think the Yankees easily have the upper hand. Would you rather have Mark Vientos and Luis Angel Acuna or Jason Dominguez and Spencer Jones?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't really I don't like Mets. They do have a good farm, but I think the Yankees are deeper.
And the Yankees are here's the other thing too. The Mets have said they're more willing to hold on to their guys, like Jeff Williams, all these guys. They said they want to hold on, and they even said they want to address some of their outfield problems in-house. And the Yankees have said, screw this. Dominguez, you could go. Jones, you could go. All these guys, the Yankees are willing to trade. The Mets aren't really willing to trade all their prospects, so that's the thing.
Yeah.
And I think Livy does want to be in New York more than
Big Mama. I love Big Mama's comments. Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? I think we should trade for her.
Livy, I'd do that trade. Trade Austin Wells for her.
Yeah.
I'd sign me up for that trade.
Oh man. It was funny today too. Like when Mets did the trade for Marcus Semien for Brendan Nimmo. It's like they always instigate. I love when people try to stir the pot. It's like, oh, what's the Yankees' next move? It's like, all right, let the Mets have their glory. Let them stir in that
glory,
moment.
that trade.
I don't know, whatever you call it, a celebration, whatever. It's I don't know, but a win, a loss, I don't know, a mediocre win. But just the fact that people just on Twitter and stuff like that, they're like, oh my God, this happened. What are the Yankees going to do? How are they going to respond? It's like, who cares? Like, can the Yankees do their own thing instead of just reacting to that? I don't think it's going to be any, it's not going to be any chess move on the Yankees' part in reaction to that, because it really doesn't, affect us. But it's just how they just instigate. I hate that. I really do.
What's up, Jacob? Good to see you, my man.
Oh, Petrucci. The Petrucci. What's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Yeah, it's gonna be an exciting time, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of unpredictable moves here. As the Niners take over at their own 20, flips it over to CMC. McCaffrey gets some blocks, and he gets the first down. First play of that drive. 49ers looking for some insurance points. And both these quarterbacks, though, have not looked sharp at all. Travis wants a big name for the Yankees. I think Tarek Skubal is a pretty big name.
I don't know, Travis. You've been saying that name pretty wild now, so
I'd say that's a pretty decent name if I don't say so myself.
I like that.
1st and 10 at the 32. Purdy drops back into the pocket, scans the defense, looking for something, throws it back over to McCaffrey, but he gets tackled beyond the line of scrimmage. McCaffrey acting as a safety blanket.
And we have the Knicks 113-95, fourth quarter, 2 minutes and 33 seconds.
How's my boy Deuce doing?
Miles McBride. That's my guy. I got to see the stats there. I think Cat has 31. I just have to double check it. They just showed it up.
Deuce is my boy right there.
say Yabusele. He's been struggling a lot. Yeah, they're now saying they're regretting that signing.
Mm. Brian Robinson brings it in to a few yards closer. 3rd and 5 now for the Niners. We should call a basketball game one day, Nick.
That'd be great. Yeah.
That'd be good.
Well, we do the NBA pre-shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do that. I mean, that's been growing too. So I mean, calling, yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Evan, we were going to call. It just hasn't happened yet, but we definitely will. But if we can all definitely do that. Call a game.
As on 3rd and 5, Purdy dumps it over to Kittle for a first down. That moves the chains over. Join me as a Pistons fan. No, Chris. Not going to be a Pistons fan. He's been trying to get me on. He's been trying to get me on the bandwagon.
Big Mama, I hate that show.
Dancing with the Stars.
Oh God, I don't even like that.
You don't dance, Nick?
I dance sometimes. I could do the robot. I can do 80s moves.
Have you ever done a basketball game, George? Yes, I've done a few high school games, a few tournaments and showcases, which have been fun. We're going to do a ton of it this year, though, Michael. Left and right, I'm always going to be at a gym, which is good. I hate the freaking cold. So soccer and football, weather-wise this year was not too fun, but obviously I just love calling it as itself. But I definitely do benefit from being inside, even though the hockey rink isn't fun. Hand off to CMC, and he's got the first down. Panthers having a hard time stopping their former running back. But definitely, though, Michael, my favorite to call is baseball. That's my pride and joy right there. Oh, yeah, they are really good this year, Evan. The Pistons, they're rolling, man. Cade Cunningham's a beast.
Cade Cunningham, no relation to Bryce Cunningham. Just want to put it out there, disclaimer. So
yeah, for those who didn't know. First and 10 for the Niners at the Panthers 45. Purdy under center. Flips it over to Robinson. Brian Robinson Jr. gets some blocks and gets a few yards on that carry. Hope Boston ends their win streak. Ooh. Chris is a diehard Pistons. He's not a diehard. I wouldn't go that far, but he's a pretty big Pistons fan. I know him fairly well. About 16 years. A little over 16 years.
Okay.
He's my dad, Nick.
That's right. Yes. That's right. Yes. You did mention that last time. Yes.
Yeah.
Forgot about that. I should have picked up on the 16 years.
Yeah. Wow. Just a little over, though.
Unbelievable. Me and my jokes and sarcasm, and I just went over my head. Wow. Okay. Well, good one, George. Good.
Thank you, Nick.
I like that.
Took long enough.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, way long enough. Oh, Lordy. And we are in the fourth quarter, 34 seconds left. Knicks 113-100 against the Nets. So I definitely want to, once they bring out the scoreboard, I definitely want to tell you guys the stats. But so far, so good.
McCaffrey's been out now for a few series, but now he jogs back onto the field. Sometimes he likes to get the screwdrivers with his helmet. You ever seen that? McCaffrey goes on the sideline, gets his helmet adjusted like he's a freaking robot.
McCaffrey, any relation to Ed McCaffrey?
Yeah, I think that's his dad.
That is his dad. Okay.
Yeah. And Luke's his brother. His brother plays for the Commanders.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. His brother went to Rice.
Rice.
Two smart cookies right there. Yeah. Stanford and Rice.
Hey, I'm loving your jokes today, man.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
We're just getting started.
Oh, I love to hear that. Yeah, that's amazing. Okay. All right.
I know you're not happy about the Yuri Rodriguez, but I know ERA of 8, but don't
Yeah,
forget last year Fernando Cruz with the Reds, his
yeah,
ERA was over 7.
exactly. Yep.
So
Yeah.
that was a diamond in the rough they found with Fernando
Yeah.
Cruz. So don't rule out. Cashman's been very good at finding diamond in the rough relievers. Hate on him all you want for whatever, but when it comes to finding these relievers out of nowhere, man, he knows what he's doing.
And Matt Blake too. He
Yeah.
he just does a great job with
Oh,
them.
yeah.
So I'm not worried about that. Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is. You get a reliever. Maybe he'll get showed, maybe not, Hope for the best. Low risk, low reward.
Hey Jake, good to see you, man. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's amazing how, and I'm going to say this this monologue about Hal in regards to that, but I have receipts. I called a lot of tax people, a lot of real estate and investment people that I know, and it's all BS. So that's it. That's all I have to say. So yeah, just talking about bills and stuff like that and expenses in New York. Sure, New York is expensive. But let's not forget that he doesn't pay property tax and he gets tax credits and other revenue that supplements everything. So I'll point that out and after we're done. But yeah, you got the right idea.
Yeah, Cruz did pitch with the Jackals. All you New Jersey natives, the New Jersey Jackals. Nick, you ever heard of the New Jersey Jackals?
No.
It's an indie ball team in North New Jersey. Grew up going to their games until they moved over to Patterson. Don't know if you know anything about Patterson, but not the nicest city to be in.
That's a state in New Jersey, or
no? What?
Patterson, New Jersey. Okay.
That just gives you an idea of the story Fernando has. I mean, 30 years old, pitching indie ball in Montclair, New Jersey, and now he's on the Yankees. I mean, it's been a tough road for him. Parking sucks now, yeah, but in Patterson, you might just get your car stolen altogether. Hand off to McCaffrey, gets a few yards.
Michael, I agree, man. That was great. Oh, man, the jokes that were going past midnight. Oh, man, that was the
going off the rails.
Oh, man. Okay. We're going to have to top that show.
One day.
Yeah.
When Joe's feeling better.
Yeah. He doesn't have the gout. When in doubt, if he doesn't have the gout.
3rd and 6 for the Niners. Throws it over to a wide open Juwan Jennings. Stutter steps and gets the first down. Brings it over to the Carolina 16. What's up, Johnny Salami?
Oh, is Johnny's here? Yeah, Johnny Salami. Here. What's up, brother? Speaking of jokes Saturday night, Johnny's Salami's prism joke got me.
Nah, that was good.
That still gets me. That is crazy, man. I don't remember, Johnny, if you want to put your joke in the chat, man, I definitely want to see it again.
That was a good one.
Where do bad rainbows go? Prism. Oh.
Purdy under center, pitches over to McCaffrey. McCaffrey gets some blocks, gets a gain of about 7.
Oh, man.
Joe had a good, his Dolly Parton joke?
Oh, man. Yeah, that was wild. Oh, man. We still have the Knicks up 113-100, 4th quarter, 34 seconds left.
Can't the damn game just end with basketball? I feel like the game always flies by to the last 3 minutes. Then when's this gonna end? Just got off the phone with a close friend. His son plays for the Brewers. His agent has been contacted with the team approval by the Yankees. Just saying. Does that mean he's traded to the Yankees or?
And what's his name?
With team approval by the Yankees. It ended, guys, Evan's saying.
Oh, it did? Oh, okay.
I think you're low. Are you sure TV isn't just paused?
No.
Imagine if your TV was paused the whole time.
Yeah, no, it's still going. Not unless there's a lag. That doesn't make sense though.
113 to 100 was the final.
Oh, okay, great.
I
All
feel
right.
like you've been saying that's the score for the past 5 minutes.
Oh man. All right. Well, it was the same score for the past 5 minutes. That's great.
That's the final score.
All right. Let's do this.
T-Road, I want to, or who is that? Real Bill, I want to hear more on this friend
man.
whose son plays for the Brewers. What does that mean? Team approval by the Yankees. Does that mean that we got a trade on our hands?
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay.
Is his name William?
Uh-oh.
Last name Contreras?
Uh-oh. Is that your friend?
Yeah, that's a pretty nice friend.
Oh, man. All right, so if you're joining us, the next one.
Woo!
Woo! 113 to 100. Yes, that's right, Evan. Nets reached 100 points. That's a win for them.
They did it. That's the goal. I think that should be the goal every game for the Nets. Let's see if we could get 100. Triple digits.
Yeah. Oh, man. Real Bill, can you pull up the food that you were making before? I think it was spaghetti, or linguine. I passed by it, but I didn't click on that. If you have a moment. Yeah, Jake.
Second and third for the Niners at the 13-yard line. Pitch over to McCaffrey yet again. Great blocks right there. McCaffrey's still on his feet, and he finds the end zone for a 49er touchdown. 16-3. San Francisco jumps up.
Linguine with scallops.
Ooh.
Nice. Very nice. Okay. I thought I saw something like that.
Prince
Awesome,
Fielder's son is in the Brewers minor league system. Man, imagine if he goes pro, Prince Fielder's son. They'd have Cecil, Prince, and the other one.
Yeah.
And I know his freaking name is Cecil because you want to hear an interesting story with Cecil Fielder. I was at an event doing interviews. He walked by me and I was like, "Oh, Cecil Fielder, you want to interview?" And he goes in my face like, "My name's not Cecil, it's Cecil," and then just walked away from me. I was like,
okay.
Good to see you too.
Yeah.
like damn.
Your problem.
He's like spitting too when he talks. He's like one of those guys who spits when they talk.
I hate that. Yeah, I don't like that. You know, they spit on my face when they talk. Yeah.
My name's not Cecil. Like it's Cecil. I'm like, oh.
It's almost like one of those like sprinklers during the summer. You walk by the garden and it's just like goes right in your face. Yeah, yeah. That's not. And you have to be nice. Like I can't be rude. Be like, all right, can you stop? And it's like, so you have to just like keep going with the conversation until it's like, you know.
Well, he didn't want to have a conversation.
Yeah, in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
But then it's like your face is all moist and it's like,
yeah. And I was like, what happened there? Anyone got a towel?
Yeah.
Peralta maybe with Woodruff accepting the qualifying offer. That, yeah, that's true. I would honestly not be that mad about taking a chance on Brandon Woodruff, but since he accepted the qualifying offer, he cannot be traded till I believe it's mid-June, unless he accepts the trade. Basically, he's got a no trade clause by like MLB law or whatever unless he approves the trade. But the Brewers just can't trade him without him knowing. He has to be notified and he has to approve the trade. Same goes for Grisham. If we wanted to dump him somewhere. Even though I like his have him be Team Barber. That mustache is sick.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh, go ahead, Joe. Sorry.
I mean, a lot of people are down on Grisham, but like, what if he repeats what he did last year?
That'd be great. I really do hope he does. Yeah.
I'm telling myself the son is William Contreras to keep myself from here.
Yeah. I want to throw a curveball to the chat. So, guys, if you're boxing fans, what do you think about the Jake Paul fight and Anthony Joshua December 14th? What do you think about that?
Who?
I don't know. People are saying it's going to be staged. People are saying that they're changing rules around. People are saying that Jake Paul just wants to go all in on that. I don't know.
Is he? I don't watch boxing. Is he a good boxer, actually?
Well, who?
Jake Paul. Is he actually good with the gloves, or is he like just a gimmick?
Yeah, everyone's a champion behind the heavy bag from there. And the person that really said that was a UFC fighter. It's very true. There's a lot of times, and you see it live, where it's like Jake Paul, he'll do his thing the first 3 rounds, and the other boxer won't throw punches. And I'll give an example. You guys, George, and everyone in the chat, you can YouTube this too. Julio Chavez Jr., who pretty much the son of Julio Chavez, the legendary boxer. So with him, you see all clips of Julio Chavez Jr., his handwork, footwork, from the first round all the way to the last round, just throwing hands on his opponents, tiring him out, knocking him out, or just whatever. But he didn't do that to Jake Paul, and they fought together. They fought against each other. So he didn't do that for 6 rounds. And then on the 6th round, he started swinging on Jake, and he started catching him and started tiring him out and started hitting him hard. And obviously Jake Paul won by decision. But us boxing fans, we see that, and it's like, all right, well, obviously it was just, how does a boxer not throw punches for the first 6 rounds, and then all of a sudden they're giving it all. It's, I don't know. It's just, I have my own beliefs on that, but other people, whatever. But
Michael, with the wordplay in the chat, isn't Cashman a great name for a GM? With the wordplay.
Okay.
Chuba Hubbard just got a first down for the Panthers. They're down now. Let me do them at 14. They're down by 14 now, 17-3. I don't even know what that means, Evan. You're the money guy, though. You're the accountant. I bet we're seeing net income on their financials.
Evan, if you can too, because I did call some people up, like I mentioned. Look into what Hal Steinbrenner said in regards to just the revenue and just how much he spends. I mean, there's other factors in that, and I just got a lot of information that's just makes his story incredible. So yeah, just when you get a chance, look in pretty much the real estate market, all that stuff. Tax credits, money that gets funneled back to you at the end of the tax season in regards to what benefits you have. So that just, everything that he said today in regards to that was just didn't make sense. So
sounds fun.
Yeah, I know. Oh man.
Young fakes the handoff to Hubbard, bouncing around, throws it to Hubbard. And that's another first down for the Panthers. See if Bryce Young could channel his inner Tom Brady. Make a little comeback right here. I mean, it's really tough now. If the Panthers lose this game, it's going to be really tough for them to stay in the playoff picture. This is a must-win game for Carolina.
And what's their record?
They are 6-5.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I got to pull this up. Yeah.
Looking to move to 7-5. Young in the shotgun, drops back. Screen pass again to Hubbard. Hubbard looking for some blocks. Can't get any. Spin move. He's going to do it himself for the few yards. The infield isn't that terrible, Jake. Obviously, though, the big thing is we don't have a first baseman. I mean, how opposed are you guys to... I mean, I saw today Corey Seager requested a trade. This is a little bit of out-of-the-box thinking, but how opposed would you be to trading Chisholm to Texas for Seager, having Seager play short, and moving Volpe to second? Because that's a lot of money right there. Because Jazz is going to need to get paid. That's just a lot of payroll right there, keeping Jazz on the team. Another first down for the Panthers, courtesy of Leggett. Because I think, honestly, Volpe's a second baseman in the MLB. I think it's just, with or without the shoulder injury, it's just so hard for him to play short. It's a tough position to play. I think he's a second baseman. But I'll start with this, Nick, in the chat. Would you guys be willing to make a trade for Corey Seager? Because he did this morning request a trade. He's done. He wants out of Texas. This is a guy who's a former World Series MVP, someone who's clutch and can get it done. He's a winner. Could you see that? He's a 2-time World Series MVP too, I believe.
Knowing what Cashman said about knowing what Hal Steinbrenner said about pretty much like the payroll and pretty much like everything, money and revenue and stuff like that. Now, no, I don't think they're going to get his contract. Jake, you're absolutely right. I caught that he talked about the starting rotation. He talked about the bullpen. He talked about options in the outfield, but he didn't say anything about the infield, which I assumed the infield is fine according to his standards. So, yeah. But look, all of us fans, we're pretty much we either okay with the infield now, but there's a seesaw effect where it's like, okay, we don't like it. The reason why I say that is because, if we're signing these guys like I call him like New Orleans, what's his name? Orleans from the Braves, New Orleans. So we signed him for defensive purposes, and he's going to be an invite to spring training. So you have him, and the best guy in your minors is Braden Shoemake. I mean, there's something wrong there, because Volpe is going to be out, and they're going to have Cabby starting. So, yeah, I just think Hal didn't want to open up a can of worms with that, or even, again, be confrontational with anyone with that topic of conversation. So I don't think he didn't even bother mentioning that. So, but he did say they have to assess every position. But you know what? They should have assessed every position once the Yankees got eliminated. Once they assessed their, positions after they got eliminated, the plan was supposed to be in place, and now they should have been ahead of a game. So, whatever. I mean, that's just me talking. So, but anyway.
Well, the ball's at the San Francisco 29-yard line. It is 2nd and 10. Young's in the shotgun. He's got it back over to his right, takes the snap. Looking deep, Bryce Young throwing, looking for McMillan, and he finds him. McMillan sprints into the end zone for the touchdown. 6 more for the Panthers. It is now 17-9. And they're calling a penalty on the extra point attempt. Let me just get a read on what this penalty is. And I think they might be bringing the offense out there because it looks like they're going to bring it closer, or to the game plan. The penalty might be on the Panthers. With no volume on the TV, I can't hear anything. But yeah, so it's a penalty on the Niners on the extra point attempt. So now the line of scrimmage moves up, and with that, the Panthers are choosing to go for it for 2. So this would make it a 6-point game.
Okay.
If the Panthers can cash in. Young's in the shotgun. Rico Dowdle over to his left, Chubba Hubbard to his right. Young steps back into the pocket. Throws, and he overshot his tight end. He overshot him, and we are going to stay at a 17-9 game. A bold move, because if they had kicked the extra point, it would have been a 17-10 game, a 1-score game, but instead, it's just a crooked number 11, or a crooked number 8, that separates them. But still a good amount of game time left. Young just overshot him. But very good throw. Very good job by Tedero McMillan. I love that guy, Ted. He's on my fantasy team. That's my dog right there. I won fantasy. Won fantasy this week, not to brag. You know my record in fantasy, Nick?
What is it? Curious.
With the win, I'm going to be 2-10.
I think you're going to say something like 20-1 or something. I don't know.
20-1?
No, I'm just throwing it out there like a big bad record, like a big badass record. Like, oh my God.
Well, I don't consider. I consider this kind of badass. This record 2-10.
Okay. All right. Now, are you in a specific league, like specific fantasy league, or?
What do you mean specific? It's
Like,
football.
no, like, is there like I know like a lot of people they do their own fantasy leagues, like different. Like I know they only have one, obviously, but like I know a lot of people they do their own private ones, like their own.
Oh yeah, it's just with people from school.
Oh, okay, all right,
No random people in here.
gotcha, all right.
But yeah, there's someone with 0 losses, so I'm thankfully not going to be doing the punishment. It looks like.
Okay, all right.
And our punishment's kind of grueling.
What's the? Do you mind me asking what the punishment?
Yeah, I don't care. Have you ever heard of the milk mile?
No.
So the milk mile, obviously, so you go to a running track. We
Okay.
know 4 laps around, that's a mile.
Yes.
So the league, they get a jug of milk. They get a gallon of milk and divide it into quarters. Every lap around the track, you drink a quarter of the milk.
Oh, Lord.
And so by the time you've completed a mile, you have chugged a gallon of milk. Just think of that. That sounds awful.
Yeah.
And I'm just someone who doesn't like milk to begin with. I just don't like the taste of milk. Now you're telling me I got to chug it and run?
Oh, my God.
Brutal. But luckily, Tedero McMillan, he's saving me from the torture. And there's a loser's bracket, so maybe I could win the loser's bracket. I could be the best of the worst, Nick. I could be the best of the worst, maybe.
Well, I hope you don't chug milk on a track. I hope
I hope so too.
So what does the winner get? Like, what will happen in your group?
Everyone pays $7. The winner gets the collection of $7.
Okay.
$7 buy-in's kind of a weird number. It's not 5, it's not 10, it's 7.
Nice.
But so that's how it is. But it's the end of the third quarter. The Niners have the ball. They're up by 8. But we have a little bit of an interesting game here, kind of like the game we called yesterday where one team was leading by a little bit. But as the game rolled on, it got closer and closer. And the Cowboys eventually came back. They were down 21-0. And Philly blew a 21-point lead. Could we see the same happen here?
Yeah. George, what streaming service are you using, if you don't mind me asking either?
For this?
Yeah.
This is the one we use every day, StreamYard.
No, what was to watch the game?
Oh, I'm old school. This is cable.
Oh, geez. Okay.
This is cable, man. We still probably have the dinosaur channel on here.
Yeah. Good for you. All right, cable. Wow. I thought
old school.
I thought that they got rid of that. Okay.
Well, I mean, we're still here. We're still firing away with our cable.
Well, that's good. Okay. Awesome. All right. Very good.
But would love to. I mean, we got 2 pretty good games we're calling here, back-to-back days.
Yeah, that Cowboys game, that was wow. Okay, that was amazing. I mean, just in general, just the way it went. What is this? Let me see. 1 second. I'm trying to stream something here.
Trying to do cable?
Yeah, the thing.
You have cable?
No, I don't have cable. The thing is, I don't have time to pretty much stream anything. So that's why I really don't do the play-by-plays. But a lot of people but like telling me to go here, go there. It's just I definitely want to find more or less like something that's very consistent, very like that works every night, instead of just shuts it down. Like for instance, my there was one streaming service that I was watching a football game, but then they shut it down because it was illegal or something. I don't know. It's ridiculous. I don't know if it's just me or I don't know. I just got to find something more reputable. Nah, whatever. I'll just stare at your face while you call the game. Travis, I used to be believe it or not, I used to be a San Francisco Giants fan, then a Cowboys fan, then
San Francisco Giants.
Oh my God, San Francisco 49ers, Jesus. San Francisco 49ers fan. Dallas Cowboy fan and New York Giants. Wow, this is, and then I just fell off, even with hockey too. So I definitely want to get back into that. It's just more invested in baseball, basketball, soccer. So but I definitely want to get back into that.
Tennis.
Tennis, I love tennis. Yeah,
Actually,
no.
I was gonna. I mean, if you like tennis, I was gonna go to the WNBA next.
Nah, it's okay.
Purdy finds Kittle in open grass for another first down. Niners moving down the field.
WNBA. The 3-colored ball. Oh, man.
Red, white, and blue. That's patriotic.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, the NBA's got their stupid in-season tournament with the colored courts.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like they're playing on candy. A candy floor.
Oh, man. Yeah, WNBA, I don't know. I mean, it's like the NBA subsidizes them. They pay their salaries. They pay everything. So it's really, I don't know. I mean, technically NBA is losing money because of it, but
really,
yeah. I mean, it's crazy. It's just look. I mean, they have good athletic players. I don't hate on it. Of course not. It's just you really you pan out with when they're playing, it's like no one in the stands, and they even said out loud too. It's like no one's buying their merch, no one's going, no one's attending.
Well, we got to make a difference, Nick. We got to
buy. Let's go.
We got to make some. We got to buy some WNBA shirts. Come on, now's the time.
Some New York Liberty jerseys. I love it. Okay.
I was like, why is my car full of WNBA shirts?
Yeah, I was. It's Michael too. Yeah, absolutely. The in-season tournament too. Whatever. I think they're trying to do something new. It doesn't really make sense.
They're trying to compete with the football season. That's the thing.
It just doesn't work with basketball, though. That's the thing. It just doesn't fit in.
They just want viewers, though. They're trying to get some viewership because everyone's worried about football right now.
Yeah.
But they just want people to glance at the TV for a in-season tournament. They're trying to get something new, something to break up the dead time. Baseball, we have the All-Star game, the Home Run Derby I look forward to. But, I mean, the thing with the WNBA is their All-Star game. It sucks. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's the worst one out of all the sports, and baseball is probably the best. So we have something to look forward to. The NBA, nothing to look forward to.
Yeah,
I get disturbed when the NBA All-Star game's on. I flip the channel. It's something I don't want to watch.
Oh man, and even like the NBA too. They get more money coming in from China in regards to that because they're a big fan of the NBA in China. So you have more revenue coming in from China than the U.S. with the NBA, which is crazy too.
Yeah,
that's nuts.
Chef, are you going to be Saint Nick for Christmas? Michael asked.
Well, yeah, of course.
Dress up as Santa Claus.
That's right. The bad Santa. The Chef Santa.
Ooh, I like that.
There you go.
Chef Santa.
Mm-hmm. Boom, 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 boom.
2nd and 13 here for the Niners. They're in the red zone. They're on the Carolina 18. Pearsall in motion. Purdy fakes the handoff to him. Throws it over to McCaffrey. Great tackle behind the line of scrimmage for a huge loss. 3rd and long, courtesy of the Carolina defense. Yeah, and it's Michael. It's just to get some peak interest. They're trying to.
Yeah.
They fail though. I mean, it doesn't work that much, but trying to do something. I mean, the NBA playoffs still aren't that bad. But
well, yeah, Real Billy, men's college basketball has in season tournaments forever. Yeah, no, of course, yeah.
3rd and 18 hands it off to Robinson, who gets a lot of yards back. But I don't know about you, Nick, but I mean, I'm not the biggest basketball fan, but I kind of like I kind of like NCAA more than I like the NBA. It's just more interest. It's more energetic.
Yeah.
It's more into it. You don't have guys that just sit on the bench because they feel like it. They
Yeah.
just decide, I don't want to play today. Like, you got kids playing their butts off every day. You know, the intensity, the emotion. It's just something else, man.
Feel like hungrier.
Yeah. I mean, it's obvious because they're playing for something. As the field goal is good. It is now a 20-9 game. But back to the college basketball, like, there's just more intensity, and obviously, like, the arenas are nuts, and obviously they have this in the WNBA, but for college, this is every game you have madness, every game, and it's so unpredictable, college basketball.
Oh, yeah.
So unpredictable. You got a freshman that no one's ever heard of. He comes onto the court. He's going nuts, you know. You don't have that all the time in the NBA. And it's just, the NBA is just so unserious at times.
It's
Like,
true.
there's just so many things in the NBA that just make you say, what's the point? The in-season tournament's one of them. But just the way the players go about their business, freaking Joel Embiid, him just saying, oh, I'm not going to play today. And it's not even, I'm not going to single out Embiid, but he's just the first one to come to mind. He's notorious for it. But you just have players that sit out games. And I think Chris brought up a great point. You know, as fun as the 3-point is, you just have guys throwing it up and throwing it up and throwing it up, and dudes that suck just throwing it up and throwing it up, which it just kind of, it's just, I love seeing a guy driving up through the paint, driving towards the net, throwing it up, bouncing off defenders, the and one. You know, that's what I'm talking about right there. But
I miss that. No, I really do. I miss the fact that, you know, I miss with the NBA when they had specific roles on the team. That was your 3-point sharpshooter, your center, your power forward, that would, you know, be posted in the paint. Now you have like 9-footers, like our 9-foot, what's it called? 9-foot basketball players that are shooting threes. And it's like, there's no reason for that. You know, it's like, all right, it was nice when, you know, Dennis Rodman was throwing up threes like randomly. That's when, like, that was like, you know, the crowd chanted when, you know, and cheered for him when he did, because it was like a spectacle, you know. But now it's like, that's in their arsenal. It's just like, it just feels like a mixed bag of different tricks. I just think that, you know, like, even for Shaquille O'Neal, for him to be the main guy, to be dominant in the paint, that's the way it should be. That's those specific roles. It's changed now, like everything. The running game has changed as well. So, but
yeah, 100%, 100%. Give me late 80s Pistons, 90s Bulls, and early 2000s Pistons. Oh, Chris, old head over here.
Yeah, those Pistons in the 80s were just intimidating. Yeah. Like I was when I was younger, I was scared of Bill Laimbeer. I was scared of. I was just the whole team. Joe Dumars. Even
don't get him going, Nick. Don't get him going. You're gonna see an essay in the comments reliving his glory days. Oh boy, I can already sense it. I can already sense it. Oh, you don't know how many times I've sat through glory days of the freaking Pistons. It's like driving in the car out of nowhere. You know how good the Pistons were? You know how fun they were to watch?
Well, they were. He has a point.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Panthers have it, though, at their own 35, down by 11, looking to shorten that deficit. 9 minutes, 21 seconds left to go in the game. Young in the pocket, airing it out, taking a deep shot, nearly picked off the fingertips of the San Francisco DB. This is do or die right here for the Panthers. If they don't score here, it's not looking good. But Bryce Young was targeting Teteroa McMillan, undershot him, nearly was picked off. Oof. So good amount of game time left. 9 minutes, 15 seconds.
Was it the fourth quarter? Or
yeah.
Yep. Wow. The game's moving.
It has been a quick game. I'll say that. Young fires down. He finds his receiver for a first down in the slot. Moving the chains. I can start with the late 90s and 2000s Devils. Oh, of course you can, Chris. Dell, you're a hockey fan too, right, Nick?
Used to be. I got to get back into it. Yeah, I was a huge Rangers fan. Yeah, I same with the football. I got to get back into the groove with that. I've invested my time and energy in other sports, so yeah, I definitely want to shoot my shot with that. Yeah.
Pass completed to Leggett for a short gain. 8 minutes, 20 seconds, and ticking on the clock. 2nd and 8. Evan says, let's go Devils. Chris could get with you on that. He's a big Devils fan. Even though best player, a horrific dinner accident, is out for some time now. Second and 8. Young in the shotgun, alone in the backfield. Trips lined up to the left. Young drops back in the pocket, looking over to his left. Finds McMillan for a first down. Now the Panthers are moving the chains a little bit here. If they could find the end zone and somehow stop San Francisco, they're giving themselves a really good chance to tie up this game or maybe even win it. 1st and 10, 7.5 minutes and ticking. Ball at the San Francisco 36-yard line. Young's in the shotgun, Dowdle over to his left. I doubt they're going to run it. Young drops back. He's getting chased down, avoids the sack. Good move right there. Young being elusive. He's just going to take it out of bounds, gets a gain of a yard maybe, but that could have been a lot worse. He had an edge rusher right on his back. That could have been a loss of about 7. Whew.
You know what it is too, like with just like if you're trying to find like Yankee news, you're trying to find like sports news, it's like, oh,
you glitched, Nick.
Credible sources. It's like they'll have a picture of Michael K, and then they'll have like the this is what Michael K said, but he'll have like a shouting face or something like that with like tears in his eyes. I don't know, but but they also put like another channel underneath there just to click on that. It's like, oh, the Yankees got this. Yankees got this player today. It's crazy. It's like, oh, clickbait just for like you like it and then you get recognition for it. That's crazy. It's everywhere now.
2nd and 10 for Young. Alone in the backfield, drops back into the pocket, going forward into the slot, and it's picked off. The 49ers have picked off Bryce Young for a second time. And with 6 minutes and 27 seconds, the 49ers have an 11-point lead, and they now have the ball, a huge interception, which might decide the game. That might do it right there. I don't think any New York area team is going to win champion. Hey, don't rule out the New York Liberty. They've won something recently.
There you go. Back to the WNBA.
They've done something. But yeah, I mean, Jets and the Giants, lost causes. The Mets and the Yankees can't get over the hurdle. I'm not too well versed on hockey. I mean, I think the best odds are the Knicks by far.
So far. Yeah.
You can't count the Devils as a New York team.
Yeah, New Jersey.
Yeah, I just said it, Chris, because I knew you put it in the comments. I knew he would put it in the comments. The only team that admits they're from New Jersey. Gotham Soccer win their championship. So soccer, and at least New York soccer is good.
Well, the New York City Football Club and AC Milan. That's also, believe it or not, the Yankees are part owners of that too. So
yes, because they play in Yankee Stadium.
Yep.
So whenever I'm at Yankee Stadium, I see the stupid markings of the goals in the outfield. Yep. Just love that. Soccer is a fun sport.
It is, yeah. It just sucks you can't use your hands.
What?
It just sucks because you can't use your hands.
Oh, in soccer. Gotcha. I actually forgot what I said. So I just was like, why is he talking about not using his hands? But now I remember, yeah, I broadcasted a lot of soccer games this year. It's a pretty competitive sport. You know, you get yourself a good soccer game, That's pretty intense, man.
Yeah.
Goalie can use their hands though.
Yes. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember catching the World Cup. What was it? Oh man, I forgot. It was like, was it when Italy won? I forgot, but Greece was in there. Greece was in. I forgot what year this was. Evan, if your brother Jason's here, I know he knows a lot about Greek people. So, but, no, but with the Greek team, I remember this too. They advanced to the Sweet 16, and they faced I think the country of Angola. I forgot who it was, but it was a 0-0 score. But Greece ended up winning, and they had like I think two of their players got ejected. So the rest of the game they had to play defense. But because they had like more or less more points, as they call it, like in the standings, that's why they advanced. It was just interesting how like that works too. It's they, instead of going on the offensive against this team, they lost two guys and they played defense, but they knew that they had more points to, if they kept it at a no score, they would have advanced. So it's just really, that's where like soccer too. It's like, despite of it being a low scoring game or like just like 0-0, 0-0 as they call it.
Yeah.
It's still very, it's always like once a guy gets the ball past, towards the goalie, it's always like people are always on their feet and screaming. And these fans are they're bloodthirsty. It's crazy. And I love it. Yeah, it's awesome. They love their team. Like Manchester United. Oh man, they
Real Bill said the excitement of curling.
Oh God.
We should call a curling match.
Nice. I like that. Okay.
And he slides it towards the target, and very good slide. Look at him scrubbing. Look at that sweeping action right there.
Oh, I love when they scrub.
Look at that technique. Oh my goodness.
That is terrible. I never understood the point of that.
Well, a big development here. I mean, Panther's still in it. It's 3rd and 12 for the Niners. So if they cannot come through on this, they're going to be forced to punt. And the Panthers going to have the ball back. And Chris said there was a big missed PI on the interception. I think so too. Bryce Young, though, he's waiting on the sidelines. He's ready to go, baby. Ready to jump into the action. Even though they're down by 11. So even if they do score, they're going to have to do something else. Purdy just made it interesting, though, with a completion. He brings it very close to the first down. I think it's like 4th and 3, 4th and 4. He might be going for it here. Timeout called by Carolina. Nick, I know you can't see the game right now, but it's 4th and 4.
Okay.
Bryce Young has his helmet on, so I'm guessing they're going to punt it. I mean, I probably too. You're up by 11. It's just the safe game right there if you're San Fran. But if you're Carolina, I mean, you got to score as fast as possible. There's 4 minutes, 54 seconds on the clock.
Okay.
A touchdown would bring you within, do the math real quick, bring you within 4. You would probably have to go for, if I'm Carolina, though, I'm going for 2 there, so I could bring it within 3. You theoretically would stop San Francisco, and then you would try to kick a field goal to bring us into overtime. Now, that's a lot. That's a lot to ask for right there. But check one of that list is complete. They forced a punt. Thomas Morstead's the San Francisco punter. He was the Jets punter. And it's a shallow punt, taking it at the 30-yard line, but just a terrible job by the Carolina special teams. He actually ran into his own blocker. He could have got a few more yards right there, but he ran into his own blocker. And here comes Bryce Young. Does he have the very, very improbable comeback in him? Let's see. And it's also somewhat probable. It's also a little more favorable because of how bad Brock Purdy's played today. So if they could get lucky with another pick, it could. I'm going to give this maybe, though, like a 75% chance San Fran wins. Anyone in the comments, you want to make your final scores? Obviously, yesterday's game, we were going crazy in the chat because of how close the game was. You could visualize the comeback here, but it's very unlikely as Young, what the hell are you doing? Just threw a bomb out of bounds 5 feet over his guy. 2nd and 10. But we got 4 minutes, 40 seconds left on the clock. What a pitiful game, Ken says. Ken, it's been a while, my man. Good to see you.
Oh, Ken, good to see you, my friend.
It's been a minute since I've seen Ken. Yeah, Ken, we called the Eagles-Cowboys game. That was electric yesterday. The Cowboys comeback. Field goal, then onside kick, Chris says, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we'll see how it plays out. You're asking a lot of Bryce Young, though. You know? Can he do it, though? 2nd and 10. Young flips it over to Dowdle. Dowdle breaks a tackle, and he's got the first down, moving the chains forward. Brings it to the Carolina 45. Clock ticking. 4 minutes, 20 seconds. Young in the shotgun. Dowdle over to his right. 2 receivers on each side for Young. Takes it, drops back into the pocket, airing it out, and he finds Leggett for a first down, working his way into San Francisco territory.
Here we go.
Leggett made the smart move to step out of bounds to stop the clock. 4 minutes, 8 seconds frozen. 1st and 10, fresh set of downs. Yeah, Travis, a quick touchdown. That would be something. I think we're kind of rooting for the Panthers right here. We want to see that interesting game. Trips lined up to the left side, one-on-one matchup. That's Tedero McMillan over to the right. Young in the shotgun. Dowdle to his right. Young takes it, drops back into the pocket. Scrambling behind the line. Taking a big throw, and it's caught. Xavier Leggett with the big reception to move the chain some more. 4 minutes and ticking. Flag on the play, though. This is interesting. The flag stops the clock, though, so we're frozen at 3:59. It's on the Panthers, the flag. Darn. It is on Xavier Leggett for illegal touching. It's an interesting sounding penalty. But, he got 2. Oh, he stepped out of bounds. Yeah, and then he touched the DB in a way he shouldn't have. Yeah, that's a tough pill to swallow there, T-Road. That's tough right there.
I like this. I can't watch the game, but I feel like you're telling me a nice bedtime story. I love it. It's beautiful.
Ball's on the San Francisco 41, 2nd and 10, 3:59 on the clock. Young's in the shotgun, same setup as last play. Takes it, drops back into the pocket, looking for a man open, and Bryce Young is brought down. He is sacked.
Oof. Ouch.
That sack dramatically hurts the Panthers' chances of any sort of comeback. And Bryce Young knows it, the look on his face. Farrell able to bring him down. That's a tough break right there for the Panthers. Otani's not playing for Team Japan? Oh, Otani turns his back on the USA. Of course he's gonna play for Team Japan. Why would he play for Team USA?
Well, isn't the Dodgers, aren't they Japan? I think they're Team Japan.
Time out called by Carolina. It's 3rd and 18, 3:26. If the 49ers get a stop here, that basically seals the deal. Yeah, the 49ers do have a good defense, even without Nick Bosa and Fred Warner. Come on, man. I just said that, Travis. Taking the words right out of my mouth. Michael's got a cable question for you, Nick.
Uh-oh. Chef Nick, how do you watch the Yankee games on Yes without cable? Well, I don't watch them on Yes. Like I said, I have a lot of different streams that I watch it on.
That sounds illegal.
Yeah, illegal. And so
Young in the shotgun. Short pass over to Dowdle. Dowdle trying to take it the way he can't. He's brought down. The 49ers love it. It's 4th down. Might be in field goal range if that's going to do anything. I mean, if they do get a field goal, that bring it within 8.
Okay.
Hey, thank you, Victor, for the donation. The
Victor.
super chat.
What's up, Victor? Good to see you, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you very much.
It's a 57-yard attempt. The snap, the hold, the kick, and she is awful. Way off to the left. No way that baby was going in. Fitzgerald cannot link it. It is 20-9. 2 minutes, 41 seconds. This is just about over.
Yep. And Ken, you're very right. And I do listen to play-by-plays, especially Ken's channel. So
there you go.
please
Not
like,
illegal.
subscribe. Ken's channel, The Ugly Truth, and NY Yankee Mania. Yeah, every if I'm not doing the stream, listening to illegal streams, then I'll definitely be on Ken's channel because he calls it awesome. So yeah, absolutely.
The sound effects though really sound different with the headphones.
Wait, is that Joe? Joe's still here?
Yeah, Joe's in the back with his sound pushing button.
Wow.
Up. with the headphones, like that's like surround sound. When he plays the one that's like the beat of boom, 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 I'm like, what the hell is happening? I think there's like an earthquake. The first time that one, that's like in the headphones. That sounds like an earthquake.
You said that the other day too. Like it just.
I started looking around. Now he's just going crazy.
There you go. There's your Otani bomb.
Ooh.
Come on.
Sounds like someone's getting beat up behind me now. It's fly swatter to like the arm. Niners just running it out. Giving it to McCaffrey. Run out the clock. What am I looking at here? Eagles at Chargers, and then Fun Day Football. What is that? Looks like we're going to have a Monsters, Inc. broadcast. Interesting. That's a good movie, though, Monsters, Inc. You ever watch that, Nick?
A long, long time ago.
It's a great movie. It's about, like, monsters and stuff.
And it's incorporated.
Yeah, it is incorporated. It's a business right there.
There you go. They probably make more money than the Yankees.
Second and 5, pitches it over to McCaffrey, who gets brought down.
Michael. Michael, I guess Joe doesn't like your joke that you just said.
Nope, there's the gong. Wow, the Lions are not in the playoff picture right now. That's interesting. Because the Bears have a better record. How about them Bears, baby? No one talks about them. Caleb Williams finally channeling it in, but Ben Johnson's been a really good first-year head coach in Chicago. That's crazy if the Lions miss the playoffs. I guess look at that. So the Bears are going to beat the Lions. A little bit of a... Well, they're both not cats. Bears aren't cats, but if it was Bears Tigers or Lions Tigers, you know I'm trying to get at, Nick.
Yeah.
Trying to make a nice big cat correlation.
I see you there.
Yeah, T-Row. I mean, what are they? They're 7-4, so I mean, they're not that bad. 4th and 1 in the Niner game. 2 minutes, 10 seconds, and ticking on the clock. They lead by 11. This game's just about over. We thank everyone for tuning in, though, sticking with us. Yes. What's the plan, Nick? Stay on for a little bit, talk some Yankees, or?
Yes, that's a good idea. I also just wanted to give a shout out to Victor, First Floor Podcast channel. Thanks for coming. Thanks for your super chat. Yeah, of course. And yes, you have a unique, beautiful channel, Victor. I love it. You don't make my ears melt. You make it bigger, baby. There you
I've
go.
never listened to one of the play-by-plays. What do you mean by unique?
Unique. You gotta see it in order to
see it for myself. I'm gonna have to tune in, Victor. You let me know when you got your next play-by-play, and I'm gonna tune in, my man.
Mm-hmm. And Ken, I did not get a haircut. It's the way I comb it, like Travis said. So yes,
Travis on the money with the hair.
Mm-hmm.
Who the hell are the Yankees? This is a football channel. Look at that.
Oh boy.
Well, Ken, there's been a lot of Yankee chats scattered in. Lots of it.
Yeah, Michael, Nick, it would be very difficult for you to stream a game you can't watch. That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's absolutely true.
Black Friday got you, Victor. Yeah, most of the nicknames are on national TV because they're finally good. George, don't have Victor on loud without young people. Got the message. Definitely got the message about Victor.
Oh boy.
Ugh. It's been a very solid broadcast, very solid night here on NY Yankee Mania. Good chat going. Chat's always been electric here.
Always.
Always good. And please subscribe to NY Yankee Mania. You can see it down below me.
That's right. Please like, subscribe, share, support the channel, join the movement. We are the savages in the chat. We are the savages in the community. We are the best in the world, baby.
Let me see if I can get it on camera, Nick. I know we're not the biggest Aaron Boone fans here, but I actually have a ginormous picture of Aaron Boone getting that. That's the picture of the Savages in the box.
Oh, get out. Okay.
And you can't see it on the thing, but it is signed by Boone, and the inscription says, "My guys are effing Savages in the box."
He signed that?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay.
And that was when I interviewed Boone, actually.
Nice.
I had a very good interview with Aaron Boone.
Did he say that everything's in front of us? Or?
So this was last offseason after we lost the World Series, but this was in February. So we had Bellinger. We thought Devin Williams was a great trade. So there was honestly a lot of momentum with the Yankees. Just got freed. This was pre-Garrett Cole news. So we thought the rotation was Cole, Fried, Rodon, all that good stuff. So vibes were right with Boone. So there wasn't any need for that conversation, but obviously.
Gotcha. Yeah.
That was honestly the best weekend I've ever had at Swinging for the Fences. I got to interview Boone, Manny Ramirez, Darryl Strawberry, Tino Martinez, Oswaldo, Devin Williams I interviewed. So that was huge because this was the first time he was ever publicly with Yankee fans as a Yankee. With just so many great Bernie Williams we got to interview. And if you guys want to check it out, it's on Instagram, Swinging for the Fences. All that stuff's posted there. As the 49ers get a first down, they keep moving along. 2 minutes and ticking on the clock. Fresh set of downs. But yeah.
Cruise Control in the house. Good to see you, brother. As always.
Cruise Control, what's up? I love that the Japanese pitcher, Ima Tatsuya. I need to learn to pronounce his name, but I love that he said he wants to take down the Dodgers. I love that in a guy.
I absolutely loved that he said that. That was great. That was awesome.
Yeah, and I feel like that's what we need. We need someone to finally stand up and say, "I'm going to defeat the Dodgers." Someone should do it.
Yeah.
Victory formation, game over. Yeah, that interception by Bryce Young, basically, that just kind of flipped the game. I mean, we said this was an improbable comeback for the Panthers, but that interception. Appreciate you like the play-by-play, Travis. We kind of do a little unorthodox play-by-play here. We obviously call the game, but we like to talk with the chat while we're going. We like to talk about lots of different topics. We like to get Yankee chat involved. We have fun while we do it. And so your final score, the San Francisco 49ers 20, the Carolina Panthers 9. The 49ers moved to 8-4. They are now tied with the Seahawks. And the Panthers moved to 6-6. Thank you everyone for watching. George Sewell swinging for the fences. Chef Nick was with us for this one, which is always fun. The chat was rocking and rolling. I think we do have some Yankee talk coming up. Giving the thumbs up from Joe. I don't know if he wants to do a separate stream or I see someone's popping. There he is.
Yeah, stay here, guys.
We're here. Give me 5 minutes. 5 minutes and I'll pop back on.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right, Nick. You got a rant? Go right ahead.
It's not really a rant. No, just an observation. So, no, look, good to see everyone. Awesome being here. Good job, George, tonight. Great sharing the stage with you. I wish I had the game in front of me, but I didn't, so I was staring at your face the whole time. Just like a great bedtime story, but even better. Good to see you, Joe. Hope you're feeling well. Hope the chat is feeling good. Hope everyone's feeling really well. I like these kind of shows too, where it's just, you know what, it's just everything's very fluid. Everything is very even improv too. It just goes back and forth, and you just never know what you're going to say. But let me say a little something about Hal Steinbrenner and pretty much his beautiful Zoom meeting that he had today. So, you know, it's always great to see Hal Steinbrenner behind the screen instead of facing the press face to face. It's always like a beautified prima donna, but he's neither one. And he's also like this glorified keyboard warrior, even behind the screen, where he tries to act tough. And it doesn't come off that way. It just comes off somewhere where it's like it just gets lost in space. So, you know what? I just think what his problem is in regards to, he thinks that us fans, we are very delusional. He is definitely out of touch, not only with the fan base, but his own organization. I just don't like the way he tries to insult our logic and intelligence and treat us like little kids. It's almost like he tries to talk to us where it's like, we want this person. It'd be great to have this person as a great fit on the Yankees. And he's like, oh, hey, do you believe in Santa Claus? That's his reaction to us. Because it's like he doesn't really listen. He doesn't listen at all, nor won't, especially what I saw in this Zoom meeting or whatever you want to call it. So it's like, you know what? It's like also him saying don't eat too much junk food because you're going to have an upset tummy ache. You know, it's like these are the type of things that are irrelevant in life and you don't want to hear. You just want to make your team better instead of just beating around the bush. So look, what also I don't like is the fact that he does not want to take the responsibility or the weight on his shoulders. He just wants to let it trickle down to the next line and so forth. Next line of defense, or like with Cashman or with Boone, and they're not any much better, but still with him as the owner, he needs to take full responsibility, and I think he just dropped the ball on that today as well. Yes, he wants to assess every area of need in this offseason, but then again, you were supposed to assess right after the Yankees got eliminated. So right after they got eliminated, yes, then you assess. You have your emergency meeting, you do it right away, and let's assess what has to be done, changed, and all that fine jazz. But like every area of this need, it was supposed to be done. The planning was supposed to be set forward, and now the execution going forward towards the winter meetings, that should have been set in stone already. So it just doesn't seem like they're organized in that manner. But again, I could be wrong. Whatever they want to do, whatever they try to do, then that's on them. It's ideal for us to lower the payroll. I just want to say thank you for him for stating the obvious. But, you know, does that mean it's going to happen? Of course not. We want to field a team that's going to win a championship. See, that statement itself, it just did not make sense. But like also reading between the lines, it's like he wants to cut payroll or cap it to a limit no matter what. So it's just, you know, he said it and that's it. It's like he said it and he forget it pretty much. Just like the infomercial with Ron Popeil. Check it out. But anyway, you know, he gave his reasons for mental mistakes to replace coaches, but not your own manager who said all year these mistakes were overblown. So very hypocritical on his part in regards to that. Like no one in this organization, of course, I honestly, like no one in this organization is on the same page. They are very disorganized. They want a mix of veterans and young players, and insisted that you will see them in spring training, referring to Spencer Jones or Dominguez. But I just hope he knows that Dominguez is still on the team and he's not a rookie anymore. But also with that, with Dominguez too, whether he is on the team, if he's going to compete, he's only going to compete to play a game. So just for one game or a handful of games. It's not going to be the whole season. So that's something that he maybe needs to realize what's going on. This is why I always say he's clueless. Look, like he always mentions he mentioned the starting rotation. Like I mentioned before, he mentioned the bullpen, the outfield options, but no infield whatsoever. So it's very interesting. And I think that he just wanted to avoid that at all costs, to avoid confrontation and, of course, opening up another can of worms. We always have their annual this is what he said also, which is very whatever. But we always have our annual summer swoon, as they say. And, we don't expect to see that every year. Well, it's been happening. This has been happening, and he knows it, and he never addressed it, and it was never fixed. And we know it. We all know it. We all know it. We all see it. But it's just the same excuses and the same nonsense. And even with him addressing the ALDS loss, he said it's on the player's shoulders. I agree to a certain extent on that. But you know what? It'd be nice for him to get into detail on how their performance and their accountability was unacceptable, was terrible, and how they need to fix it and how we will. So this is what we're looking for, Hal. So what we're looking for is, for you to take charge, man. Just show us some grit, show us some anger, show us something, any emotion, not just watching paint dry on the wall. We don't want that. We need that, that fearless leader that's just be like, okay, Hal means business, no pun intended. But, just show us something. Show us you're angry. It sounds like he was just talking about his fantasy baseball team. No concern, no urgency. It is what it is, pretty much. He also mentioned how the Blue Jays outplayed us in every way. We need to put the ball into play, not slug home runs every time. You know what? That's great. I'm glad he's saying that. But you know what? Saying this now and not addressing it when it's been happening all season or the majority of all season, it doesn't change the fact that whatever he says right now, it's just over our heads and out the window because we don't want to hear it. So they should have put a stop to that. And you know what? And why not, instead of firing, let's just say Mike Harkey or Travis Chapman, why not call him out? I'm not saying fire him, but just why not say, okay, when he said openly during the season, he doesn't know what's going on with the offense. He can't fix the offense, especially Anthony Volpe. So why not call him out instead of firing your first base coach and your bullpen coach? That's something that I think you should have said something about that. But the one thing I want to bring up too was really interesting. And again, we have receipts. I have receipts, like I mentioned, in regards to, and I'm paraphrasing this. So Hal doesn't want to get into it. He doesn't want to get into the revenue. He doesn't want to get into the expenses, and he doesn't. It starts adding up. Granted, being in New York, yes, everything's expensive. They overtax you in certain areas and stuff like that. But wait, there's more. Just like Billy Mays and his infomercial has always said, you can't. He just can't grasp the concept of being straight up instead of insulting our intelligence or just pretending that we're stupid. He's lucky he has fans like us that still go to the games, buy their merch, invest our time and energy and money into watching these games on TV. I'm not an expert in the P&L cost analysis. And if you don't know what that is, that's profit and loss cost analysis. I don't want to bore you guys, but I'm getting somewhere here. I do know in the chef's world that what the profit and loss cost analysis is, and it sort of connects. So, Yankees, who have a value of $8 billion, who are part owners of AC Milan and the New York City Football League. Also, being what's it called? Owners of the Yankee Global Enterprises, the Yes Network, Legends Hospitality, very big food service that the Yankees have in every way. So that's really big. Their own successful food service. They also have a brand and global reach across the world for additional revenue. Yankees have charities with additional charities, which is great. very good. But also, don't forget that they do get a significant amount of tax breaks when that. Evan, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm getting somewhere here. So they have additional charities where they do get tax breaks on. They have a lot of advertising. They have 25 million a year from their Star Insurance jersey patch. What's it called? Deal. They have Delta Airlines. They have MasterCard. They also have 15 million coming to them from the Tampa Bay Rays organization for using their new minor league stadium in Florida too. So their revenue was $728 million in 2025. But also, you know what? Of course, they have overhead, they have expenses. But you also have to remember this too, that, you know, you're also supposed to be an owner. You're a businessman. You have to make your team better at all costs, no matter what. This is why you have a GM to get good deals at a good price. But has it happened? So, you know, tax breaks. Let's talk about tax breaks. So when the new stadium was built, you know, they claimed a city park tax break. When they were building their new stadium and they had their old stadium, their rent credits were extended at their old stadium. Tax break, construction credits, tax break, triple tax-free interest rate from city agencies. All these are adding up to revenue for them too. Property tax exemption. This is the big one. They don't pay property tax in New York City. I'm going to repeat this. They don't pay property tax in New York City. I do. They don't. So also Capital City Investments, Metro North Station. If you guys know what that is, that's when people from out of state, from Connecticut or anyone on the Northeast that are coming towards New York to watch a Yankee game, Yankees get revenue on that. Parking garages too around the city. So all these add up as well. So when Hal tries to explain that he is broke or he doesn't get that much revenue, if you're getting a revenue of $500 to $600 million a year, or let's just say 300 to 400, I don't think that's something to cry about. I think that's more or less like more money try to invest in your own team. So I just wanted to bring this up to light a little bit. Again, guys, if you're more knowledgeable with this, just let me know so I can correct myself. But as far as getting receipts and going towards people that I know in regards to that, they said this was total BS in every way and everything that I said before. So I just wanted to bring that up. So.
Yeah, I mean, way to financially break it down.
Yeah, pretty much, right? Yeah.
I think Ken put something in there. Whoa, we got the spot.
I saw that too. Yeah. Yeah.
Are we also? I mean, we also have to add in that the Marlins are taking that chunk of Giancarlo Stanton's contract. They finally start paying that this offseason, so that frees up a little more space too. So. Yeah, I mean, obviously, this is a business. You know, the approach that Cashman and how Steinbrenner are taking, this is a business that they're right. Travis, thanks for joining too, sticking with it. I get it. It's late. It's 11 o'clock plus at night. Good to see you though. Really fun having you in the chat tonight. And thank you. But yeah, like they see this as a business, Nick. You know what I'm saying, which is why like this stuff is important. Because it gives you a perspective, you know, for the people like Kent said, this is the time where they're saying, let's get this guy, let's get this guy, let's get this guy. Absolutely, when you have to pump the brakes and realize this involves money, there's a luxury tax, there's all that stuff that's included, and there's a lot that goes on behind closed doors. All of this is easier said than done. So, and Travis called us the two top savages. Yeah, we're the savages. We're the savages, baby. But hopefully there could be some savages with the money. And this is where they, you know, when to find a really good GM, this is where you shine to find a bang for your buck. Absolutely. You know, and I'll shine a light on the Dodgers, a team that just won the World Series. I'll shine the light on some bangs for their buck. Miguel Rojas, huge homer, got him for nothing. Tommy Edman, someone who was a big role player last year and the year before where they beat us, got him for nothing. They're finding diamonds in the roughs, but here's the thing I'll point out with the Dodgers. The Dodgers are collectively owned. This is not one person's pocket. The fact that the Dodgers are able to spend this amount of money, it is because they are collectively owned. This is not just one Steve Cohen. This is not one Hal Steinbrenner. This is multiple people privately owning this one company that is the Los Angeles Dodgers. That's why people always say, how did they get to do this? Well, first of all, there's the deferred money. There's always that. And then there's the collective onus. But then they're smart. They find those diamonds in the roughs. They find their Tommy Edmonds. They find their Miguel Rojas's. They draft good. They drafted guys like Will Smith. They drafted these pitchers. So, and they made the big trades. You know, at the end of the day, we hate talking about the Dodgers, but they're the epitome of what a good sports front office should look like. The Betts trade, the Freeman signing, drafting a guy like Will Smith. Just the list goes on and on. Obviously, Yamamoto, Sasaki, all these things, and they've battled injuries. Getting Blake Snell, you know, the list goes on, and they're able to do this just because they're collectively owned. They're collectively owned. It's not one person's pocket. It's like 10, more than that. So that's the thing, and I'm not saying the Yankees have to go the collectively owned route, but they need to take inspiration from what the Dodgers have done. They need to find their versions of Tommy Edman, and they've tried to. They failed. Pablo Reyes, Marvin Gonzalez, all these guys that Cashman thinks are going to spark haven't clicked yet. And that's not all entirely on Cashman. It takes a little bit of luck for a guy, but a great example of someone who did spark for the Yankees is a guy like Gio Urshela. That's a diamond in the rough, came out of nowhere, low leverage deal, kind of insignificant, which turned into something huge for us. Still kicking myself after that trade. I miss you, Gio. Love you to death. But what I'm saying is we're saying Tucker, we're saying Murakami, Okamoto, Peralta, all these guys, Scoopel. But in reality, if we could re-sign Bellinger, get another good piece or two, and then find our little guys to go along with that, if we could find that supporting cast, that's what we should be focused on too. It should not be all in. That's where a guy like Brendan Donovan comes out, even though I don't know if he's that realistic, but that's where a guy like him comes. That's where a guy like Steven Kwan comes in. That's where a guy like Freddie Fermin, I would love to have him here. Dylan Dingler, all these guys would factor into that because a chain is only strong as their weakest link. When we had the bottom of the order being Volpe, McMahon, Wells dying off our last three hitters, that's not what was working, and that was our weakness.
No, good point. Very good point. When you mentioned the Dodgers too, like even with them deferring money, like then they with Ohtani, of course, but if somehow in some way the league has to figure them out. I don't know. Hopefully, if they don't do a lockout and they bring this up to light, I mean that'd be great too. But yeah, I mean that's somehow in some way they're gonna file for bankruptcy if they keep doing that with players, and if they sign all these Japanese players, that might happen sooner than later. But yeah, no, absolutely. And I didn't mention any specific names. I only said just being vague how. What we know what we want, and of course, people are going to say all these names like Tucker, just Bellinger, of course, re-signing him back, and all the Japanese players that are posted. It's a pipe dream too, because you can't get everybody. I understand that. But just if we know, like, let's just say if they do sign Bellinger, and obviously he's going to go past the 300 million mark. They're at 278, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, in the chat. 278 right now. I could be wrong, but if they sign Bellinger, it's going to go over 300. And it just seemed like Hal was pretty much just capped at that level. He's not going to go any further. That's where I got that. Pretty much got his sense of where he's going with that too. And again, if he could have just simply said, "I just want to make this team better," despite payroll or not. He didn't have to pretty much do that whole thing where it's like, say that it's save money on payroll or just and then just bring up the Dodgers and bring up the Mets too. I don't think there was any reason for that. I think you should just pretty much stick with your own organization. You don't have to compare. That's just a bad look. I think just Yankees first. If you want to compare of how bad you did against the Blue Jays, how good the Dodgers played against the Blue Jays, especially towards a Game 7, then that's something that maybe you should compare and then just learn from that. But if it's something like finances and stuff like that, it's totally different all across the board because everyone is doing their own thing with that too. So, but players wise, I think that it's I mean, I don't know. I'm not expecting the Yankees to go to 400 million. Of course not. I was saying about 340. I don't know how that's going to happen right now, but if they get creative, then that's pretty much the on Cashman. So we shall see. Famous last words, but I just didn't like the way that Zoom press conference went today. I didn't like that, and anything that he said.
Listen, 2026, there's going to be a radical change with how the finances are worked in baseball. The biggest thing that we are going to see is there is going to be not a salary cap, but a spending floor.
Mm-hmm.
There's an issue with teams like the White Sox, teams like the Rockies just coasting by, the owners collecting whatever they're getting from ticket revenue, food sales, whatever it is, and calling it a day. They're going to say, you need to spend X amount of dollars every offseason. You just need to. You're billionaires. You have the money. You need to do this. You need to make your team not only competitive, but just entertaining. You need to have something to put butts in those seats. Something. So that's going to be proposed. But the thing is, the main reason there's going to be a strike most likely is because a team in the biggest series that was the epitome of this was the NLCS. It was a team like the Dodgers, this monstrous payroll team, versus a team like the Brewers, which was a pure draft, young, hard, like a gritty team. And it's not even the fact that the Dodgers aren't as gritty as the Brewers. It's just the fact that the Dodgers, most of the team not drafted here. Freeman, Betts, Ohtani. Who else do we got? We got Sasaki, Yamamoto, the World Series MVP. The list goes on. Rojas, Edman, Teoscar Hernandez. Going against a team like the Brewers, who are the players that they've had come over, probably our two best players though, William Contreras and Christian Yelich. But then you have guys like the Sal Freliks, Caleb Durbin, who came over in the Devin Williams trade, but he made his debut with Milwaukee. Joey Ortiz. These guys, just homegrown players. Then that I think people were honestly saying if the Brewers did win that series and went to the World Series, there would be conversation to not have a strike. But since the Dodgers did win, that's just the way the cookies crumble. That's just the teams who are not competitive. Don't forget, though, the Athletics last offseason can sign their record-breaking deal to Luis Severino. They signed him to a franchise record contract. But I see what you're saying with the Pirates, definitely the Marlins, too. The Rockies, I don't know how much they're spending. I remember, you recall, though, the Rockies were in spend mode when they got a pitcher. I forget his name off the top of my head. They got Chris Bryant, though. So they were looking up a little bit. Here's the thing with the Rockies. I'll go on a sidetrack here a little tangent. The Rockies are freaking cursed. No big-time pitcher is going to want to sign with Colorado. No one is going to want to sign a long-term deal in Colorado because of Coors Field. If you're just the biggest, I'll just say this: if you're an international pitcher from Japan, you're coming to America. Why would you want to go to the highest elevation? Balls go soaring. Why would you want that? No, Colorado is cursed because no one wants to go pitch there. That's a whole separate issue, Ken, besides the payroll. The Rockies, it's just kind of unfair for them that they're just never going to have that stud pitcher unless they have some coming up. And they do, in fact, have some young, exciting pitchers to look into. Just said that, Ken. I took the words right out of my mouth. But another side note, the Rockies do have some exciting starting pitchers coming up through the farm system, so definitely keep an eye on that. But yeah, no one wants to pitch for the Rockies. That's going to be the issue. So that's it. But there needs to be a minimum spending.
So then, what do you think would be a good? Let's just say so when what was it? So it wasn't 278. Would it can mention 254, 258? What was the?
Let me double check. Let me
So does that include what's it called? LeMahieu's contract also? Does that include McMahon?
259.
259. Okay.
Yeah, I think they do need a dome, Ken, but that's money. That is money for Colorado.
Okay.
To install a dome. I want to know, before we dive into the payroll, who are we paying? Are we still paying Aaron Hicks? Which I think actually we just stopped doing that.
No, I think Aaron Hicks. I think LeMahieu. Yeah, we're doing LeMahieu. And then McMahon for the next.
Well, McMahon we have. If he's on the roster, it's fine with me. But if a guy like LeMahieu, that sucks.
Yeah, LeMahieu we're still. Who's the other guy? Well, you could tag Grisham. Grisham's qualifying offer on. No, yeah, I know LeMahieu. I think there was a couple other people as well.
Yeah, there's like a whole collective. Hicks is out. Yeah, I know. Only dead money is DJ 15 mil. Okay, thank you. So yeah, so DJ's the only one. Okay, so 15 mil sagging on DJ. How many more years do we have of DJ's contract?
That I don't know.
If anyone, if you're able to find that out and let that be known, there's actually a mini fight after the 49ers Panthers game. A little bit of a scuffle going on. But yeah, if we could find out how many more years we need to pay, and let me do a little Googling on my own.
So what do you think? Let's just say with the Yankees spending. Let's just say so if they they sign Bellinger and it brings them over 300, and then they sign a Japanese player. Let's just say, and then that would pretty much be it. That would be your two big signings, because they're not going to go. That's going to go past 340, just for the posting fee too.
Yeah.
So that's let's just say he settles on 300, 310, just pushing it, then he's going to do two big free agent signings, and that's it. And then if they get a trade, then that's even better. Then that's where you're going to see they're going to do their dumpster diving. Just
one more year for DJ too.
One more. Okay.
Yeah. And I said this too earlier in the show. I think we can all agree that we want to see two more position players added and another starter.
Oh, wait, posting doesn't count. Oh, okay, good. Okay. All right. So, does that go to the international team? Does that revenue go there instead? Because that's interesting. I thought it. Okay, well that's good. Okay.
I brought this up. I think we can all agree we want two more position players. I think one of them we all want to be is Cody Bellinger, and then maybe another starter. And I said they can't all be free agents, all three. That's just too much money to go around. To sign three quality guys this offseason, it's just too much. Now, we would love to get Bellinger. We would love to sign Tucker. We would love to get even a guy like Michael King. I would love to get a reunion with.
Yeah.
That's just not going to happen. So we need to pick and choose our combinations. So our target is obviously Cody Bellinger, and that's a signing. That's obviously a target. We have to decide if we're willing to sign another position player to a solid deal, or we want to spend that money elsewhere on a pitcher and trade for a position player. You need to pick your combinations if you're the Yankees, and that's where this becomes a game. Chris says Belly and a first baseman. Well, there's obviously one good first baseman on the market I could think of. Do we really need Cody Bellinger? I'm not okay with that, Ken. Here's the thing, Ken. I think, Ken, we can both agree they're done with Dominguez. Cashman is just done with the kid for whatever reason. Dominguez is gone. He's out of the picture. Cashman is just done with him. I don't know yet how he views Spencer Jones. I don't know yet how he sees Jones as a player, because he very well could see Spencer Jones as a trade piece. He could put him in the same boat as he does with Jason Dominguez. Because I heard, so I'll reference another one of his famous quotes he just had when he played Homeless Man for a day. He said his plan A is Bellinger and bringing in another outfielder. His plan B is the prospects. He doesn't want to resort to the prospects, and he's putting Jason Dominguez in that category too. He wants to bring in an outside source. He doesn't want to treat the problem in-house. Now, you could say what you want about that. You can agree or disagree. But when it is coming from the GM that he doesn't want to fix the problem, when his plan B is in-house and he wants to start looking at options outside of the house, that's the thing. And I like Dominguez too. He could be our leadoff hitter, Dominguez. He really could. But the problem is we can't physically do anything if Cashman has his mind set on trading Dominguez. And I love Ken's point about trading for Donovan. I do.
I like that.
It would finally bring something more dynamic to the team. I just haven't seen his name thrown out there. I mean, if we could find reports with Donovan linked to the Yankees, like let's run the mock trades, but I haven't seen anything just yet. Yeah, Real Bill, but you give him a whole off season. He's playing winter ball. You have him play left field. I know, Ken, but the bat's there, and you give him time to work on it. Because he's a center fielder going to a left fielder, which doesn't sound like a big thing. But first of all, you're a center fielder. You're used to the ball coming right at you. No tail most of the time. You're going from a center fielder to a left fielder. The tail of the ball is different. You're having the ball tail the opposite way than you're used to, and you're going into one of the deepest left fields in all of baseball. Everyone loves to talk about the short porch, but they call that Death Valley for a reason. That's a lot of ground to cover, and it's a tail. The tail spin of the ball in left field is different than what you're seeing in center field because he's a center fielder by trade. Now, he has a huge trade value. People don't always agree when I say that, but you can call up most teams and they will be 100% interested in Jason Dominguez. Why? Even though he has looked like an idiot in the outfield, he has shown that he has legit strides at the plate and he can be solid. I'm telling you, he can be solid at the plate at the MLB level, which is why he has trade value and which is why Cashman is done with him. Just trade him. He's going to get traded. I'm telling you that, and I'm telling you he has trade value.
Very right, George. Absolutely right. I was going to bring up the fact that, so there are people that are mixed on Bellinger. People want him. People don't want him. Some people are like, you know what? He wears the pinstripes, and he's like, oh, it's a dream to wear pinstripes, and then he opts out. And also, he has Boris too. So I highly doubt that Yankees are going to sign him next week. I think with Boris too, he's going to milk it, and he's going to try to get as much money as he can for his client and for himself as well. So I honestly think that the Yankees should not hold their breath or wait. If they want to talk to him, that's great, but if they don't have an offer on the table by a certain point, I just think they should move on, because it's like if they're going to wait for him, then they're going to just miss out on other opportunities.
Yeah. So Ken wants to know my ideal offseason. So Ken, I'm bringing back Cody Bellinger. I'm just bringing it back because of the way. I know he's a Boris client.
Yeah,
I know he is, yeah. And I think that we're going to be calling his phone. I think the Mets are going to be calling his phone, and I think the Blue Jays are really going to be calling his phone. But I think we have to make that aggressive push for him just because we can't afford to lose him. You look at this lineup without because now that Grisham's back, this lineup without Cody Bellinger last year, are you kidding me? It's incredibly weak. It's not like you have a pivot from Soto. You know, obviously you can make trades, but this is a weak outfield market. And here's the thing, Ken. If you miss out on Bellinger, you then have to sign Kyle Tucker. If Cody Bellinger hypothetically goes to the Mets or the Blue Jays or some other team, you have no choice. You have no choice but to sign Kyle Tucker. You know? And he can play first base. Now, I see the Yankees getting 2 players that could play outfield. I see them definitely getting Cody Bellinger, and I see him playing first base for the Yankees. I haven't decided yet who that other outfielder is, and this will be the starting left fielder for the Yankees.
Mickey Mantle.
Hopefully.
No,
one can only hope.
So
But,
Joe's just giving me the message that's just for let's get our final thoughts in.
Okay. So yeah, I'm still piecing together who my left fielder would be, Ken. I don't know if it's going to be a guy like Kyle Tucker. It could be a guy like Brendan Donovan. It could be Fernando Tatis. It could be Steven Kwan. It could be Okamoto. There's so many options, but I see us having Bellinger play first, Grisham in center, Judge in right, and getting the X factor for the outfield, and I see us getting a starting pitcher. And if we trade for an outfielder, we maybe sign a starter. We maybe sign the starter from Japan. But vice versa, if we sign an outfielder, we trade for a starter. And obviously, you know who the big starter we could trade for is. But, Ken, it's obviously very hard to say just now. I mean, we're not even at Thanksgiving yet. A lot can happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, these are Boris clients, but that's my ideal offseason. 2 position players and a pitcher.
Yeah, it's that's interesting too. Like even like I said with the off season, it's like anything goes. It's like people have their own scenarios, and you just never know what's going to happen. You can have something that makes sense, and then something that doesn't make sense. I don't know. It's like it's still early. It's definitely still early. So you just never know what's going to happen with that. I don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen with after I saw Hal's press conference. On computer, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what they're going to do with that. So I'm, as much as I want a great starting pitcher like Skeens, I don't know. I guess we can wait on him, but yeah, I think there's a lot of, and I'm not going to say the word assess because he used that a lot today. But they need to improve and to fix every department. So if it means their infield, that'd be great. Even I know he mentioned outfield bullpen starting rotation. It didn't mention infield at all, but I think that's something that they need to fix. They need catching depth. They need a lot. So there's just a lot. You could put everything on paper, but everything has to be put into action. So you just don't know what's going to happen in regards to, especially for next week when or leading up to the winter meetings and afterwards. That's the beauty of it too. It's like it's so fun just to expect the unexpected. So, but we're gonna have to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, George, good job today, man. As always, it was a pleasure joining you. You did a awesome job. Great commenting. It was awesome. Very good.
Thank you. Happy to have you along for the ride.
Absolutely, man. Always fun to to be your sidekick.
Yeah. As we fight crime.
Yeah, right. Partner in crime. There we go.
Yeah.
Love it. No, but good job today. You killed it, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Chat, y'all were chat definitely keeping us involved in everything, giving us stuff to talk about.
Thank you guys.
Thank you to Victor again
for
the donation. Thank you to Sean becoming a channel member. And we just had a fantastic play-by-play, a fun game to call. We had a very good Yankee discussion all throughout. Mm-hmm. And I'd just be more thankful, everybody. We had a fantastic show. The chat was lit. Again, I cannot stress that enough, how great the chat was. And thank you everyone for watching, man. It was fantastic.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you very much for everything.
Or is Joe going to pop on and close it?
Yeah, no, thanks. Corky, good to see you. I hope all is well with you. Yeah, everyone that just pretty much contribute tonight that was on the channel. Thank you for everything, Victor. Yeah, and definitely Ken. Yeah, thank you for pulling up those figures, man. Yeah, that's very very important too, because it's like, you get throughout these numbers, but if you prove how wrong, then it's like, okay, in a sense. But yeah, no, thank you, everyone. I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Night, Evan.
Good night, Evan. Joe, you popping on?
I think he's the only one who can end the show. He's the only one who could take us off air.
Didn't he just do a clap?
Yeah, he did do it, or maybe that was just the wind. Yeah, I mean, he's the one who has the controls because he made the links, so he's the one who puts us off air.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, night, everyone.